to the final ones. Get prepared, grab something to drink, something to eat. We're talking food today, folks. Lock in. This is it, folks. Log in. Get ready. Because it is time for nothing. Welcome to the last Tuesday evening live stream before we start Halloween Horror Nights.
It's exciting.
35. It is exciting. It's sad, but it is exciting at the same time. This is the second to last stream that we will have before the event kicks off. This is the last Tuesday stream that we will have before HHN35 kicks off. There's only one more after this, and that is it. And then it'll be Halloween Horror Nights. And then everybody will be sick and tired of HHN and they'll just go away.
No, let's start talking about next year.
They're already talking about next year. Anyways, what's up, everyone? How you guys doing? Where are you guys tuning in from? We have a good bit to talk about today. We're a little bit excited. Got a little bit of energy behind this rusty old hinges because Halloween Horror Nights has dropped food. Food. We have HHN food. Finally. I had a feeling that today was going to be the day that we had food. And lo and behold.
I looked back last week. And when they announced it, it was the Wednesday before HHN. started. So I was like, maybe it'll be tomorrow, maybe it'll be today, but
Like a week before or the week of?
No, like the week before.
Okay.
On Wednesday. It was August 20th. So, and that was like the Wednesday the week before.
Okay.
So I was like, okay, maybe I'm like just being a little impatient. I'm like, come on, why won't they drop it? But they didn't drop it last year until a week before either. So.
Yeah, no, we're good with the timing on it. But let's see, where's everyone tuning in from? We're gonna call you out. We're gonna find you.
Did you already ask that?
I think I did. Yeah.
Oh, I was like, people are already putting it in there.
I know. I'm reading
preemptively. They're like, we already know.
We know. You guys know the routine. So we got Davenport, Minneapolis, Minnesota. It's Minneapolis. That's how you properly say it, right?
Yeah.
Minneapolis. We got Kissimmee. Old Kissimmee. We got Picola. What up from Picola? Old Pensacola. Local Landos. Love the local Landos thing. We need to make some merch about it.
That'd be cute.
We're your local Landos. I like that. Somebody needs to do a channel about that. Mikey, you should take it. Patent it right now. We got Massachusetts. We got NO. Oklahoma City, Nevada. Tamarack, Decatur, Illinois. Glorious Pennsylvania. Depending.
Maybe that's a town.
I don't know.
You know what I mean?
Is it? I doubt it is. I don't think anything. Oh,
I don't think so.
We got Gainesville, Palm Bay, Florida. We got people from all over. How are you guys doing this Tuesday evening? Really excited, guys. I'm really excited. I know we've already said that. We're going to be displaying it because we are just 1 week away from HHN kicking off. I mean, genuinely speaking, 1 week from team members here coming up.
Mm-hmm.
Team member preview is going to be starting pretty soon next week. And then Thursday is premium Scream night. And then Friday, August 28th, is the opening night for Halloween Horror Nights 35 here in Orlando. And then our West Coast folks, they still have another week to wait. Don't worry, your time's coming soon. But I'm excited for today. We're going to be getting into question of the day. We're going to start every live stream like we do with question of the day. Steph does have one. I don't know what she's asking yet, so I'm kind of nervous to find out. But I think I have somewhat of an assumption of what it is, at least the theming. So we'll do question of the day, and then we have 3 other things we're talking about tonight. Food, obviously, what's probably the biggest thing that we want to talk about today is Halloween Horror Nights food. Now, I don't know how much details we're going to be able to get into with the food because Universal did not really release details. It just said the photo with the name of it. But we'll get into some details with it because they did have like a hosted media event that went on today. And some content creators got to go out and check out all the food and get to see all that stuff, which was really cool. So we're going to talk a little bit about that. We also have our HHN35 Q&A that's going to be happening in tonight's live stream. So we have 15 questions that we were asked since a few days ago when I put up the poll. We have 15 questions that we selected. We're going to go through them, answer them. This is not like the rapid fire Q&A, so we're allowed to take our time with this.
Allowed, as if we don't already with the rapid fire questions.
Oh, no, the rapid fire Q&A is pretty quick. We don't really spend more than like 10 minutes each question. It's not too bad. So we have our HHN35 Q&A we'll be getting into. And the other thing, in other news, should I just do it now? Should we just say it now, right?
Go for it.
The other thing, the main thing that I really want to get into as well is the HHN at Home 2026 Fan Awards. Ladies and gentlemen, this year we are teaming up with the folks over at Horror Nights Nightmares, as well as another shadowy figure, we'll say, that lurks around. We're teaming up with them to present the HHN at Home 2026 Fan Awards this year, which will be premiering on Sunday, November 8th, 7 p.m. Eastern Time, live here on YouTube on channel Brian from Orlando. We'll be hosting the main awards event. We did make a post on Instagram and on X. So you can go to Horror Night Nightmares on X and you can see the post that they put there, as well as our Instagram that we placed over there. And it has much more details over there. We have a couple different slides you can go through. Do you want to make any comments on that?
Yeah, just that it's essentially you guys will be able to vote on different categories throughout the course of the event. So we really wanted, we love that HHN does the like House of the Year award, but us fans don't really get to necessarily vote on that. So we thought it would be really fun to have an award show where we could actually have everybody vote on their favorites from the year.
Yeah.
And make a big event out of it.
Yeah, it'd be really cool because just like Stephanie was saying, the fans don't really get their say on what was their favorite house of the year. Universal makes that say. That was always like an internal thing. And then it became known publicly. And, the fans have always been wondering, what's the house of the year? What's the scare zone of the year? Well, this year we're teaming up with the team, like we said, with Horror Night Nightmares, as well as a shadowy figure out there to present to you guys the HHNatHome 2026 Fan Awards. So I'm not going to give you all the details. We'll be announcing more in the future. However, we will be voting on things like House of the Year, Zone of the Year, Show of the Year, and much more. There's a lot of other things in and out with Halloween Horror Nights that will be able to get the spotlight in this show live, not really live, but premiering live Sunday, November 8th at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. So excited. If you're a content creator, by the way, or you're an artist or somebody who likes to make things Halloween Horror Nights related and stuff, we do have a content creator application that you guys are able to basically sign up and apply for. Yeah. I realize I don't have it set up in the description for this live stream, but if you go over to either Horror Night Nightmares, their posts on X, or our post on Instagram, you can find that link to send you to the application site, and all you gotta do is just fill it out and everything, and we're gonna go ahead.
The goal is not for us to just present the awards. The goal is for it to be a community participation, like community effort. Sorry, my brain's getting really rough.
I will say this though, we are putting together the nursery. There's so much clutter going on. My parents are in town, and they've been helping us big time with putting that together. So we're
the baby brain
tired.
is starting to get to me, but words just escape me nowadays. But the goal is to make this a community effort and for the award show to be featuring different content creators.
Yeah.
So it's not just us.
I'll read it out real quick for you guys. So again, this is the poster that we have for the Fan Awards that's happening this year. Again, I don't know, you guys can't really see it, but on Instagram, this is what I'm going to read. This is the caption that we have set for it. The HHNatHome 2026 Fan Awards. The houses that terrified you, the performances that captivated you, the artistry that brought it all to life. Celebrate Universal Orlando's Halloween Horror Nights 2026 and vote for the moments that made your Halloween unforgettable in an award show created by fans for fans. And then on the post, what is it, right? It's a fan-created, voted, and hosted award show for HHN Orlando 2026. Fans, you vote on your choices for the year's best houses, scare zones, and everything in between, all ending in a day-long awards show hosted by your favorite HHN creators. When is it? Voting will begin on opening day, so next week, opening day, August 28th, which is a Friday, and will close on Monday, October 26th. So a vast majority of the Halloween Horror Nights season, voting will be open, so it'll give as many people the opportunity to experience the event and be able to vote on all the categories that we have. I will let you guys know things could change as the season goes, but currently there are 14 categories that are up to be presented, which is really exciting, pretty cool. So there's a lot for you guys to take a look at during this season. We also will be making another announcement soon next week, which is something I think you guys will like as well. But the all-day event will take place on Sunday, November 8th, across social platforms with the awards show starting at 7 p.m. Eastern Time on YouTube here. Brian from Orlando. How to vote. Keep an eye on our socials for a link to voting. The voting form. There goes my baby brain. my entire perception just went away. That will be posted on opening night, August 28th. Specific details on voting will be posted then as well. So Friday, the 28th, we will make another announcement, another post that will give you details on all the voting and everything you need to know then. So you may also, another big thing, you may only vote once, so choose wisely. So when you go into that form, when you vote, that is it. That's your cast.
You can look at the form multiple times, but
that's true.
Like when you go to submit it, like make sure you know
there's
what
no
you
redos unless you probably make another Gmail account or something. Somebody out there who wants something to win makes 1,000 Gmail accounts. Maybe you
Don't
might have
give
a
any
shot.
ideas.
And then this is for content creators. If you would like to participate in the award show, please find the content creator application link in the caption of this post that we have on Instagram or in my bio. You can also find it in the Instagram bio. Participation can include recording a segment for the awards show to announce a winner, hosting giveaways, and more. So our goal for this, again, this is going to be something for the entire community, by the entire community, and we want to try to host as many giveaways as we can for the fans to basically put a nice bow on the 2026 season and wrap up Halloween Horror Nights this year. So we want as many content creators as we can, as small as a content creator as you are to as big, everything in between. We want to involve as much as we can because, again, this is a community-wide project that we're trying to push because it's for the community. So if you're a fan, you want to get involved, you can find the application there either in the caption of the post on Instagram or in our bio. And then more info to come. So obviously, like I said, find our socials. You can see it all there. Very excited for this because we have talked about this for so long. We've been wanting to do this for a long time. At the end of every year, we go ahead and host our live stream that kind of reviews the previous HHN. And we always do like a fan vote for House and Scare Zone of the Year. And that's always like one of my favorite things to do because this gives you the chance to speak up, have your voices heard, and saying what was the popular house. Because sometimes what Universal announces as their House of the Year is not always the popular fan vote. So this will be a cool thing that the community can get involved. We're looking forward to it. We're excited. I know the team at Horror Night Nightmares, as well as our shadowy figure, they're excited. And we will have more details for all of you guys coming up soon. I know next week there'll be another post, so stay tuned for all of that. There you go. The HHN at Home 2026 Fan Awards. Cool. That was a lot.
You're good.
But now we swing it over to Steph for question of the day.
Cool. So
Cool.
my question is, with the food being announced, of course, I wanted to keep it food related. With the
I knew it.
new pasta pizza concoction coming out, is there any food or what food from previous years would you want to have them bring back but do like a little differently?
Okay. So let's simplify that. So you're saying just like the pizza concoction,
Yes.
the rigatoni pasta pizza, it's another version of a pasta pizza. What other type of food from Halloween Horror Nights past do we want to bring back, but in a different version?
Yeah. And
Okay.
like what would the different version be?
I would personally like to see the Haunting of Hill House brisket grilled cheese come back,
Okay.
but I would like for it to be buffalo chicken.
Ooh,
A buffalo chicken grilled cheese.
that would be good.
Thank you. Thank you for your time.
Cool. That's it.
I didn't even think of it. That just came right off the rip. I mean, that's my top pick. That's my
Okay,
go-to.
cool. Do you guys have anything?
What do you guys think?
I
In the chat.
honestly thought of the question, but didn't think of an answer for myself, so I don't know.
Well, now's your time to think.
The first thing that comes to mind is, of course, the No Chance in Hell PB&J, but I know they can't really. I assume that they just use an Uncrustable, so they can't really like change it. But I would love like banana in it. Like a peanut butter banana Uncrustable, but like deep fried.
With hot honey on it, deep fried.
Yeah. Or they could do, they have all those different Uncrustables now. They could do like
Yeah,
a hazelnut one or.
But so like a Nutella waffle, basically. Deep fried Nutella waffle. And an Uncrustable. I actually like that idea. What do we got in chat? Anybody with some good
Some type
ideas?
of chicken ramen bowl. The Hellfire Club, make it a dessert sandwich.
Hill House sandwich? Twisted tater blood and guts.
Peanut butter burger just without the red bun because it's too much red 40.
Hellfire Club, make it a dessert sandwich. I don't think we had the Hellfire Club, did we?
No,
I don't think we
we
did that.
didn't try that one.
The Mott Stick elotes.
The elotes?
Elotes.
Elotes.
The elotes.
Peanut butter burger, but with a pretzel bun. That could be good.
What bun did they have for that?
It was a red bun. It was just
Was
like
that the
a
red bun?
regular, like,
Or was it just like a
Like-
sesame seed
yeah,
bun?
but then dyed red.
What other? I'm trying to think of other food from past years that would be a good pick. You know, like the Korean corn dogs, like bring those back, but just different. Buffalo chicken Korean corn dog.
I don't know about that.
Yes. Yes.
I don't know about that.
What if it was a Korean corn dog, but it wasn't like a hot dog, like a sausage? It was chicken on a stick, wrapped in buffalo sauce and cheese, deep fried.
I don't know.
Do you want heart problems?
What was the Korean corn dog that came after the
cordyceps?
Cordyceps corn dog. There was one.
Was it after or
that,
before?
Right? No, there was one after that. Because I remember us being excited for it, but then being like, it wasn't that.
Was it the one that was by World Expo that you're thinking of?
No, because that was before. That was the first year they did that.
Okay. Somebody in the chat that has a better knowledge than we do in regards to this, please.
Yeah, was it Ghostbusters?
The minty one.
Minty one. Oh yeah, it was weird.
What? I forgot.
Yeah, mint. It was like a weird one.
Did we ever try that? I don't think we ever tried that.
No, because I thought it sounded weird.
Yeah, what?
I would love one of like another Korean corn dog, but I've always wanted to try the ones with the potatoes on them.
Yes. Sorry.
I've never tried one, but if they brought that, I would definitely try it.
Justin said the first year was the maggot dog. That's right.
Yeah, that one was good.
Maggot dog. It was all right. It wasn't enough sausage.
That was the first time I ever had, I think both of us ever had a Korean corn dog, and that was like, why is there so much cheese in the middle?
Yeah.
But that's like how they do it.
It was all right. The cordyceps corn dog was a problem. There's a reason why I've gained a little bit and I wear some baggy shirts because I've had like 30 cordyceps corn dogs back in the day. So, yeah. Will they have a Jack and Oddfellow food item? The jacked up odd dog? Yeah, the jacked up odd dog. Yeah. They have something.
Looks interesting. I will say, we'll get into the food, but I will say just like my first impression is...
Of the food that was announced today?
Yeah.
Okay, first impressions.
Is I am happy that it's not all hot.
Spicy.
Like spicy.
Yes. Well, I don't know. Okay. I don't know why. I know like Mickey's Not So Scary has had a lot of options that are just spicy. A lot of these theme parks are like Halloween events that goes on and they're like, okay, we need to think of food. Let's make it spicy, like hot, scary. Rah. It's like,
no.
We're in central freaking swamp, Florida.
It's too hot.
We don't need spicy and I don't need that stuff. I wish they would stop going in that direction of having a majority of food. It's okay to have something, at least on the menu, that does have a kick. Sure. Every now and then I crave a spicy something. But for like a vast majority of every booth you go to have spicy stuff, like, no, please. Like, it's too hot. Too hot. Savory, cool. Doesn't need to be spicy. So I will agree with you on that and the fact that a good bit of what we saw was not geared towards
spicy.
The spice factor, yeah.
Which is good. I'm happy about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh, Goblin's pie. Dude, I am a sucker for pie.
Yes.
I love pies.
I think we tried that, right?
Yeah.
I think that was one of the first things that we tried.
I think the first thing we tried.
Yeah. That was good.
And then we went to Goblin's Feast and all that back there.
It was good.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, I like when they do some sort of like ice cream sort of thing. They had the Bride of Frankenstein. I always want to say Dracula. The Bride of Frankenstein, like black sesame ice cream cone. That was good.
Yo, it's so crazy you brought that up. Recently, it was just one of our external drives that had every bit of old footage since we started YouTube for HHN30 up until like 2024. That one external drive became corrupted. So like we lost so much stuff. However, I was able to find hidden on my computer an old clip, a video clip of Stephanie at the Monsters Cafe for HHN30 when she was eating the Bride of Frankenstein ice cream. And like that broke my heart. Like we were in the Dracula, the vampire room, of course. We had a couple different food that we were trying out, and you were eating the ice cream, and I was like, there's baby Brian and baby Steph just at HHN.
With the ice cream, it has to be like a soft serve, because they did the like the candy corn ice cream sandwich for 31. And I feel like it was just like they obviously had it in a freezer and took it out, and it was just like very dry.
Yeah, it was like freezer burned.
Yeah.
Honestly, that was disgusting. I had 2 bites and I was like, I can't do this.
Yeah.
We threw it away, unfortunately. But some people liked it. I don't know. Maybe we would have liked it if we had a better piece, but it just tastes like ours was freezer burn. It was like eating cardboard
or something. It
was like dry. Yeah, it was bad.
It was very weird.
So I don't know. But anyways, first impressions, positive.
Yeah.
With the food that you've seen.
For the most part, yeah.
Everybody in the chat, what are we thinking? Type in 1 if we have a positive impression of the food that was announced for today, and type in 2 if you guys are not so happy with the food.
I do wish we got some sort of blog post or press release that had more information like we did last year. I was looking back, and last year we got like, they told us exactly like which food booth things were going to be at, and each like food item had a description. Yeah. I do wish that we got that this year, but I guess we'll find out eventually.
Yeah, I will say I agree with you on that one, but I do think they're relying on the media thing that happened today to kind of be the one that presents that.
Which is fine.
Yeah, but it would have been nice if they had a post to follow up from that event.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just crazy to me that they would release pictures of the food within, speaking of, by the way, so sorry. Here we go. HHN35 food sneak peek. We'll give you guys a show. So we actually have some of the photos that's pulled up. I don't think we have everything, but some of the stuff. First of all, the photos look good. The presentation looks nice, like cool, right? However, this is all that we get is the food item and a drink. We get the title of whatever they named it and no description to it.
And they did not post everything that the media event was able to try. So these are just the photos that they posted on Instagram.
Yeah.
But there are other things that have been released from that media event.
Yeah. So they just showed photos of it. And we have 2 slides. So that's slide 1. This is slide 2. We're going to go ahead and get into what we have here. But there are other options that, like Steph said, we could see in the media event, as well as other options we found online that we just did not place on the screen. But yeah, I'm just surprised that they did not give any description as to what it is, because it's like, I mean, looking at the one in the top left, I mean, this Cinnabite's Kiss, what's in that drink?
Yeah.
You know?
Also,
is it Cinnabon?
The cake, the Prince of Darkness cake, I thought it was just going to be like a dark chocolate, something like that. And then we watched Tyler, the Pew 2's Instagram post, and it's like carrot cake on the inside. So it's
carrot cake or cheesecake?
I think carrot cake. I'm pretty sure he said, I don't know. I didn't know how I'd feel about carrot cake and chocolate.
Oh, I thought you were watching. I heard in the back when I was moving the studio. So I thought he said cheesecake.
I'm pretty sure carrot cake.
But
yeah, it is carrot cake.
Carrot cake.
So it's like, that's really interesting. And they obviously, like, you can't tell just from looking at it from the outside.
That might be the biggest win of Halloween Horror Nights 35. Period.
Did we have a carrot cake something last year?
Carrot cake. I don't remember.
Wasn't that deep fried carrot cake?
Probably, but we're not talking about last year. We're talking about now. What's coming up? Also, I do want to say most people in chat was putting 1s. We got a couple 1.5s in there. The majority of them are 1s. So I will say, I think by looking at it, I have to give it a 1. I'm excited for this. This is a great first impression on my behalf for the fact of, hey, it looks good, right? Visually, it looks good. This is a great presentation in my opinion. The lighting looks great. Sweet. However, the only thing that they're missing is the description. And that's the only thing that bothers me. It's like, how are you going to put a concoction of something in front and be like, look what we have. That looks cool. What is it?
Yeah.
But not have the description to it. So again, shout out to all the content creators that went to the media event today and were able to actually show the pictures
Yes.
with when they had the description of it. That was nice.
The beef jerky is.
Do you want to go? Oh, okay. Yeah. Go
I
ahead.
just have the descriptions for some of them, but not all of them.
Okay. So you're talking about L's battery jerky.
Yes.
Which we have not seen Stranger Things season 5
We
yet.
still haven't watched
Can
it.
somebody explain to us why this is called L's battery jerky without really spoiling too much? But could you spoil this a little bit? Because then the one above it is Hopper's recharger.
So something with batteries.
What? Yeah. Could somebody kind of help us in the chat here?
But it is creamy mac and cheese with garlic bread and battery jerky pieces.
Is what?
I think it's just jerky pieces. They're just
No,
like
what did you say? I'm sorry.
creamy mac and cheese with garlic bread and jerky.
So mac and cheese? I for some reason
Yeah,
thought
mac
that
and
was French
cheese.
fries. I thought it was like,
Oh, really?
yeah.
I guess I didn't really know what it was either.
But I did think like French fries with bacon. That does not make sense. Mac and cheese though, I like. Yes, I like.
As long as it's good, because we did have
course.
a mac and cheese one year. I forget.
It was Chucky, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was the Chucky food booth.
Yeah, that wasn't the best.
Yeah, it
we
was just,
did
like,
have that.
had no flavor.
We did have that late in the night, and they were getting ready to close that booth down. So I wonder if we kind of got.
Yeah, but it's not like it was sitting or anything like that. It just had no flavor to it.
True.
So hopefully it's good.
We'll see.
I think like maybe with the jerky that'll add some flavor too.
Bree Nick said she randomly has a low battery in the season. Oh,
Interesting.
for her powers.
And then the lasagna burn is Szechuan pork pot sticker lasagna.
Wait. Oh yeah, bottom left on the screen. We have
Yes.
the frostbite and then the lasagna burn, which, excuse me, heartburn is crazy today. By the way, out of what's crazy is this. That's the bowel or the pot sticker, right?
Pot sticker,
Pot
yeah.
sticker. Okay. Out of all the options that I have seen, there are some really good options. I'm really excited for some of these options. But I think out of the savory course, I think this is my number one, the lasagna burn. I think that's what I'm looking forward to the most.
It looks really good.
Yeah.
It looks like kind of gross, so I get why they like. It almost looks like a brain or something, so I get why they presented it like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, Szechuan pork pot stickers. I like that.
Love pot stickers. And they have it in the form of a lasagna. So it's not like a lasagna. I think it's just stacked
Yeah.
like it would be pot sticker. And we messaged Tyler from the Pew too, and he said this was like,
His favorite.
this changed like HHN food for him. So I'm looking forward to. I was already excited for it, and then seeing his reply about it, I'm like, oh, okay,
Yeah. And
I'm
then
really wanting this
Chico,
right now.
Chico Soul said
Chico.
they're thinking the Cenobite brain is similar to the eggs from last year, like the panna cotta. It could be
Yeah.
that or a gummy.
Do we not have a description for that one?
No.
Okay, I remember a few of these we didn't. But
So yeah.
okay, what about the catfish in grits?
I didn't.
Denny's juke joint.
I did not find a description on that one, but I would assume it's just
Catfish.
catfish and grits.
Oh, context clues. I see. Do you think it might be a little spicy though?
I don't know. I don't think they would have to. It's not like a.
Sometimes grits can be, well, depending on what you put in there. But if it's like a Cajun style, it could have a little bit of kick to
But
it. But
it
this is
doesn't.
not. I don't know.
It doesn't say like Cajun
Yeah.
grits or. I don't know.
I
It
don't
might
know.
be, but I could also see it not being.
I'm
I don't
I'm
like grits.
salivating
so
right
that-
now.
I don't like grits, so that
Oh.
will be something I probably won't try.
I'll give it a shot. A little worried about catfish, but I'll give it a shot.
Just because it's a theme park,
Yeah.
or
Like, how are you cooking that catfish? Just curious.
looks like they're deep frying it.
Okay. Anyways, are you? Hello? Hi. You drilling? You having issues?
Javier asked, do we know if this is all of the food or are they saving some surprises? The ones that they posted are definitely not all of the food, because there's a bunch that the media event, like the people at the media event got to try, that they did not post. So there definitely are some things that are not on here that will be at the event. So
yeah, this is just kind of like the
A sneak peek.
IPs. Yeah, this is like the IPs that they're just trying to announce, the headliners and all that.
yeah.
They'll definitely have some originals and stuff that we haven't seen. Like, for instance, I'm going to go to the next slide real quick. Give me 1 second. 1 second. Let me see. Like, even on here, they don't even feature the Jack and Oddfellow theme stuff.
Yeah.
So they had that in the media thing that went on today. We saw a glimpse of it. I think we have a description. We could read it if we have a description. We'll get into it in a second. But for instance, these are just mainly like the IPs that they posted, the headliners that they want to put out there. But there's still going to be a lot more, like the Meets section. Do we have Meets in this one? I don't know if it's the Meat Grinder Red Velvet. That's what I'm assuming. Probably goes to Meets. But there's still going to be more selections like at that food booth besides just the dessert. So there's still a lot to get into that we haven't got into or we haven't seen posted officially by HHN. So, and then also the tribute store, by the way, they'll have like little snacks and things like that. So there's still
a lot of those have actually already like come out in the park in different areas.
Really?
Yeah, a lot of like different little sweets and things like that.
Oh, and speaking of sweets, the sweet shop over in San Francisco has had a huge makeover on the inside. Did you see that?
I didn't know. I've just seen people posting that in like the confectionery cases with HHN stuff in them.
But you didn't see
I didn't know which one
decor and all that?
No.
You know what? I'm going to tell you this. Hello?
I'm listening.
I want to look into your eye when I say this. Your one eye with my one eye. Listen. The theming of this one, I really like. There's a lot of callback to Cary, Ohio. And there's a specific facade that they put inside the store.
Oh, cool.
A house facade. It's a miniature, but it's in the store. It's really cool. Can you guess which one? Without looking at chat?
Cinema?
No. Think Cary, Ohio. Think of a facade. You got
Wicked Grove?
No.
I don't know.
HHN30. Which I know Wicked Growth was 30, so it doesn't really help you, but HHN30.
Like Scary?
Scary, Ohio,
okay.
yeah. Remember
I
the
thought
facade
that was too easy.
Well,
I didn't think you'd make me guess if it was that, because that was way too easy.
I don't want to get anything too tough for you. You're, making a baby, so it's tough on you already. But yeah, so that whole candy little store that they have in San Francisco, they completely themed and had all these little Easter eggs to like callbacks of Cary, Ohio properties and things. There's even an old picture of like Sam Meats, like My Guy Hilo, you could see in there, which is really cool. They have like the Cary, Ohio. They have the news press and all that stuff. So you can get newspaper. It's just a lot of old things. I have to look back at the post of everything that was released for it, but it's really cool. I can see, maybe not so much you, but I can see me kind of just meandering in there for a while, just kind of reading everything. It's exciting. I even know that there is a picture of Gothic in there too. They have the Gothic facade that's in there. That's cool to see. That's one of the houses you and I wish we could have experienced in the past.
Yeah.
So, all right, get back to food. Sorry, I'm just
like,
excited.
All right, back to the food.
I will say, like, I'm stoked. Halloween Horror Nights starts next week. We're 1 week away. My thrill and energy levels are starting to really spike right now. And seeing that they're doing these little things like this in the park, because one thing we have always talked about was wanting Horror Nights to be more throughout the park. There's a lot of parts where it just wasn't. And to see that they're going even into like the candy store in San Francisco.
Which is why I am still holding out hope that the arches are actually being covered up, because they're going to
deck it out,
reveal some big thing for Horror Nights.
Guess what? What they have right now is what it's going to be. Walls and scaffolding. HHN. Woo. Now, they're definitely going to have all that done before. They have to. There's no way they would not have that done. I assume by this Thursday, mark my words, we will start seeing stuff going up. And then this weekend, it'll be ready and done Saturday to Monday.
It's been up there for a while.
I know, but the person who's working on it had vacation.
The
They're
one
back.
person.
They're back. The one person's back. Don't worry.
Okay.
So let's get back to food. I'm supposed to click the next slide, aren't I? Bingo. Oh, did we read all this?
Yes.
Right?
Although we had descriptions for you.
Okay. And then here's the 4 other that we had from the post. So we have the Barilla pizza fries, which we'll talk about in a second. The meat grinder red velvet, the torn to shreds pork sandwich, which so good, and the rigatoni ritual pie. Which one do you want to start with first out of these 4?
I only have a description for the meat grinder red velvet.
Perfect. We'll start there.
So I think so. Yes. No, I have one for the pizza as well.
I think there are ones you have descriptions for photos we don't have.
Yes.
We'll get into that after.
Correct. Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
So the red velvet is, as you would suspect, freshly ground red velvet cake with cream cheese icing and puffed rice maggots.
Very simple.
So it's red velvet cake with icing and little like rice puffs.
I will say I like red velvet. I like red velvet cakes. I think this would be a good, nice little sweet treat to have.
I think this is more of a novelty. I don't know that it will be like, oh, that tastes really good. I think it's just kind of cool looking.
Do you think this is kind of like the Stay Puffed marshmallow where like it looks cool, but it really is just the taste is not anything wild?
Yeah.
But you don't think it'll taste bad. You think it's just be like,
no,
all right, it's a red velvet cake.
I think it'll be like, meh. I think it'll be overpriced red velvet cake.
Honey, everything at Universal is overpriced.
Yes, that's true. And then the rigatoni ritual pie, which I know everybody loved the spaghetti pizza last year. I'm not going to lie. This thing looks disgusting to me. I don't think I will be trying this.
The picture that we have here on the screen looks good. The picture that we have seen from people at the media event today trying the food does not really look appetizing. To be honest.
I don't think that picture looks appetizing either. I am very...
If you squint your eyes and back away as far as I am from the little picture on the screen, it doesn't look bad.
we did not try the spaghetti pizza last year because the main reason I didn't want to try it is I am a little particular when it comes to textures, and the thought of like biting into pasta and then bread being underneath it is like, just does not sound appetizing to me whatsoever. So I think at least this, it's not like long noodles. It might be a little easier to eat, but I still don't think it sounds good to me. But the description is garlic butter cheese pizza with baked rigatoni alla vodka, crispy sausage, and pesto. I like sausage. I like pesto. I like vodka sauce. And I like cheese pizza. So like, I like all those things separately. I just don't know if I'll like them all together.
Will we try this year? I think we have to. I think because we missed out on the spaghetti pizza last year and so many people talked so highly of it, I think we have to give this pasta pizza a try.
We'll try it. I'm sure I will like it.
It's a lot to take in if you're a texture. Yeah. I mean, it makes sense. Like, this is not my first thought when I'm having a pizza, you know? But we'll give it a shot.
Yeah, we'll try.
We'll see. Let's go to the torn to shreds pork sandwich. Do we have a description on that one?
No.
So let's just talk about how freaking good it looks. Because, that looks good. And here's the thing. I love when, companies, they take a picture of a burger. And you got it right here, right? And what they do is they put the camera angle a little below it, and they angle it up so it looks like a juicy stacked burger. And then when you order it and you get it, it's just this nothing burger, and you're just like, this is disappointing. I'm hoping that this is not the case, because I do want to get me one of these pork sandwiches. It looks good, especially because they probably made it very fresh, and they put the glistening on it, and you've got the lighting. It
Motor
just looks,
oil.
Oh yeah, all of it. They just make that beauty look 10 out of 10, but we'll see. We'll see how it tastes. I actually have not heard anybody from the media night try this. So I don't know.
Is that lettuce, pickles, or avocado? I can't tell.
I don't think it's avocado. I don't know. It's green. So it's one of the above. And then let's go over to the Berea pizza fries. I think this is one of the Berea. Call it Maria Berea. That's what
Puerto Rican.
Yeah.
Struggling with the
Berea. Maria Berea.
Everybody is very excited about these.
I think this is one of the most talked about food items that has been released for this year. I'm not like a huge like Berea fan. I'm just not. A lot of the times when I've had this type of dish with wherever it's in, taco burrito, whatever, it's always, I saw somebody mention it in the chat, it's dry. I think that's just bad luck on my end. I've always gotten a dry one.
I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe when you get it in like tacos, it's supposed to come with the, I don't know if it's consomme, but it's basically like a dipping, like not sauce, but it's like what they cook.
Just kind of what they cook it in, yes.
And that helps, you know, if it is a little dry, it helps like moisten it again. But
all the things that I've ever had with it
don't have that. Yeah.
You know, I think there was a walking taco with it last year, right? Was that the walking taco that had this? And I had a bite of that, and it was also like really dry. So
it is one of those meats you kind of have to have fresh. If it's like sitting for a bit, it does dry out. So I can see that. I think these will be good. Personally, I don't know if I will like them more than pepperoni pizza fries, but I will try them.
Yeah, look, if I'm getting pizza fries, I'm just getting the traditional classic pizza fries. So, but maybe I'll try this one. I just don't know. I don't know. We'll see. I'm gonna throw this out there real quick. Harper's asking us a question. She's asking you a question, by the way.
Okay.
She wants to know, what is the grossest food at Universal Studios?
Like ever, or that you could get like currently right now?
Chris does things. His 8-year-old wants a shout out.
If it's food that you can get right now,
she's demanding a shout out.
Okay. And shout out to Harper.
And Harper wants to know.
And I would say if it's food that you can get like right now, like just during the day at Universal Studios, personally, I would say turkey leg.
Yeah, turkey legs are
turkey legs are gross.
Actually, hey, a contender, churros. Churros are bad.
Yeah, but at least a churro's like, oh, that's just a bad churro. Turkey legs, like.
Guys, I'm just going to say, I don't know why theme parks can't do churros, right?
Except for Disneyland.
Yeah. But like Orlando's
not very good
food. Yeah, I got to say a turkey. Turkey leg's just kind of like. Yeah, I don't know.
The smell is just, I can't. I do not like turkey legs.
They said they hated the Toadstool Cafe food. We've never been there. So.
Oh, yeah, we didn't eat there.
But you can always take us. So don't be shy.
I will also read the descriptions for some of the other things that they had at the media event that we do not have pictures for.
Also, Theme Team said, Theo, Nick, throw down some turkey legs. My man Theo, bro. Theo. It's going to be a linebacker.
But first we have a vegan pizza skull. So, like our typical pizza skull, but it's vegan and green this time. Is he having... Nico's having a little
his
dream.
His eyes are wide open, and he's dreaming right now. His legs are like... But he like... Look at him. Nico like bicycles. So his his back feet are like pedaling. They go like this in order.
He's been doing this thing where he falls asleep and his eyes like don't fully close, so you can see his eyes like going back and forth.
Yeah,
and it's
like
creepy.
this. Like it's just open. It's like, what are you doing in there? Anyways, all right.
Anyway,
sorry. So they had a vegan pizza skull.
Yes.
Just fully green.
Yes, it is green.
It's the Hulk version.
It is filled with vegan Italian sausage, marinara, and vegan mozzarella cheese. I'll try it. I think it sounds interesting.
Okay.
We also have the Deathbringer tempura shrimp.
Ooh.
Very excited.
Can everybody
for this
go
one.
ooh in the chat? Can we go ooh? I'm stoked for this one.
Very excited for this one. This is crispy shrimp tempura roll with sriracha mayo and eel sauce. It's basically like a fried... It's a shrimp tempura roll, sushi, on a stick.
Yeah.
It looks very good.
Sushi roll. Simple, easy. You know, not too crazy, but cool. Also, Harper, don't go to bed. Stay up late tonight. Eat all the Reese's Cups. You'll thank me later. Don't listen to your dad. But yeah.
Also, Easy Army? Or Zarmy?
Easy Army.
Asked, have any of the foods spoke to any pregnancy cravings that you wouldn't normally go for? I have not
good
had...
question.
I have not had any weird pregnancy cravings. Like, I haven't had really any pregnancy cravings, like, at all, except for, like, cheese stuffed olives. I went through a whole jar of those in, like, the last week. Because that is, like, the only thing that I'm, like, I'll get a craving for. And popsicles. Not at the same time.
Popsicle ones, yeah. She's been craving the lime.
Yeah.
Sour lime popsicle she's been craving, but she hasn't.
That's it.
I haven't had the like 3 a.m. wake up and go get me, pasta or something.
All of these foods look good, but they're not anything that I'm like, I would never like that. And for some reason, it sounds really good. Everything that I didn't like before, I still don't like.
Also, can we talk about? Oh, I mean, go ahead.
What?
I think you're gonna say it next. Just go ahead. I sense the energy.
I was gonna talk about the hot dog.
Oh.
I was gonna say I don't think that's it.
No, that's definitely not it. This is the Jack and Oddfellow one, right?
Yes.
All right.
So the Jack and Odd dog it's a foot-long hot dog, but the bun is not foot-long. It's like a normal size bun, and it is purple. Yes. I was trying to.
It's purple, ladies and gentlemen.
I was trying to tell if they were trying to go for black, but I think they're trying to go for purple.
What flavor is purple?
Ube?
Ooh.
I don't know. It's a Nathan's all-beef foot-long hot dog with peppers, onions, Tostitos, cheese sauce, and topped with flamin' hot Cheetos in an Oddfellow themed bun.
Yeah. I will say this.
Everything except for the hot Cheetos.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say this. I've had foot-long hot dogs at Universal before, and they just cannot do a foot-long hot dog right.
That was the one out in City Walk, though.
I'm talking about not even that.
Oh,
I'm talking like I've had foot-long hot dogs before at Universal, and they've just sucked. I've never had a good foot-long hot dog at Universal, ever. I had a 2-foot-long hot dog at the hot dog place in City Walk, and that actually made me sick.
It was bad.
And I love hot dogs. Love a good hot dog. And
we'll go to the movies, and he'll literally get like 3 or 4 hot dogs.
Nobody needs to know about my pregame ritual for an AMC movie. Chill.
Little known fact, the hot dogs at the AMC theaters are actually really good.
They're freaking great, by the way. They do cost like $63 a piece, but they're really good. I will also point this out too. It's another Disney reference, but Casey's Corner, corn dog nuggets, and the foot-long hot dog there, those are good. Don't know why Universal can't get a good hot dog.
Those are Nathan's, so maybe you will like this because this is a Nathan's hot dog.
I don't trust it because it says Universal. Universal. I've had guys, I'm telling you, I've had really bad experiences with foot-long hot dogs at Universal.
Okay, we have 2 more that I have descriptions for, but are not on our photos. The Death by Cheese Stick, which we did have last year. They are bringing that back.
Just a giant surprised cheese stick.
It was good. I mean, I love it.
Why did I say surprised?
I don't know.
The cheese stick surprised it was giant.
Surprise.
Surprise, mother. I wish I had a little bleep thing. I could do it.
You should download one of those.
I could just mute us right here.
Anyway, people are very excited for this because everyone loved it last year.
Yeah. Okay, the next one, the big one.
And this is the one that I'm really excited for.
Let's go get pumped. Everybody in the chat before Steph says it. Come on.
This is
W in the chat. Let's go.
I hope it's
Pump
the one
her
you're
up.
thinking of.
Drum rolls.
This is the Carnival Smash Tacos. Is that what you're thinking of?
No,
what are you
but
thinking
that one's
of?
actually really good too. I forgot about that.
I'm very excited for this one. It is smashed cheeseburger taco
Speaking of smash the like button.
with American cheese, shredded lettuce, pickles, secret sauce, which is probably just burger sauce, and
I don't know,
toasted sesame
it's a
seeds.
secret.
So it's like a burger taco. That sounds really good.
To me, it just sounds like the cheeseburger little like spring rolls in Magic Kingdom. And if it's that, I like it a lot.
That sounds really good.
I like it a lot. It's not my number one, but I like it a lot.
That
I am
is
very
one
excited.
that like now I'm like craving that.
Yo,
I've never had it. Now I'm
I'm
craving it.
salivating. we should have made some of this stuff for tonight's live. If Universal contacted us to go do that media event, I'd have been like, hey, can we just have you guys send it to us and have it here in the live so we can just eat it right here? My heartburn is like through the roof right now because I keep thinking of the food, especially with the food we just ate.
Just thinking of the food's giving you heartburn.
So excited. I can't wait to have more heartburn.
All right, what was the one you were thinking of?
It was the spring roll, the egg roll,
I don't
right?
have a description for that.
Anybody have a description on that? Somebody's got one. Hold up. Also, can we just point this out too, by the way? Halloween Horror Nights. What are we doing with the Spirit Halloween animatronic at this media event thing? Like what? Okay, hold up 1 second.
I guess they have to get them somewhere.
Hold up. I gotta find this. I think it's the Sinner's food booth. Also, they had a dessert too. This triangle thing, fried,
Yes,
but it looks
that
good.
looked good. I just don't have a physical description to read out of it.
Tyler talked about it, the Pew 2.
Mm-hmm.
Again, go look at his Instagram account. He's basically talked about all that stuff.
It's a pulled pork egg roll with cabbage and barbecue sauce on the side.
That sounds good. Can you read it again?
Pulled pork egg roll with cabbage and barbecue sauce on the side.
I am so thankful that Universal took away express passes so we could save money. They took that option from
Just
us.
put it towards food.
They literally said, hey, Brian and Steph, please don't spend an extra $800 at our event on express passes. And I said, don't worry. I'll put $200 for the food. I'm excited for the food this year. And it's so funny because we read this, we've seen it, and I got excited, and then I forgot about it as time passed. And here we are doing the live stream talking about the food, and I think I'm more excited. I'm salivating so bad.
Oh my goodness.
The food looks good. I'm very happy with the food options that we have because in previous years, there used to be where the food would come out and I would see it. I'm always like 2 to 3 items look good.
Yeah.
There might be a potential 4th that I would try, but some of them I'm like, I won't try. I won't try. This year, like genuinely going back real quick to the options that we have, like the pizza fries, maybe I'll give them a shot one day, but the red velvet cake, I'm going to have that. The rigatoni ritual pie, I need to have it because we didn't do the spaghetti pizza last time. So I need to do that. The pork sandwich, I definitely will get one time for sure. 100%. We go up here. The Ozzy's little Prince of Darkness cake, I will get at least 3 times.
Because it's carrot.
It's carrot cake. Chocolate carrot cake. Woo. I will try the L's Battery jerky just because it's mac and cheese with bacon. Like that could be very good, but I'm afraid that it may not be, so that might be a one
We
and
can
done.
wait for reviews on that one.
Yeah, I will wait for reviews on the catfish and grits. I do love me like shrimp and grits, but we'll see how that one is. And then the lasagna burn. That is like my most looked forward to food item that we have. And then like you mentioned,
tacos are the one
the burger tacos, number 2. We have the little roll is fighting for number 2 as well, the one that we just talked about. And then the tempura like shrimp on a roll stick thing. Again, some really good choices. And what's crazy to think too is that is not all of the food that's going to be at the event. There's still plenty of different booths that will have other options that we just have not seen.
Yeah.
I want to talk about something too real quick. Can I?
It's your channel.
No, it's Hondo's channel. Just give him the mic. I want to say this. What I love so much about the food announcement, and we talked about this today, recently. When they announced the food for HHN, earlier today at 10:35 a.m. Eastern time. I was excited. Does anybody know why? It's not that it's just because it's food, but because this isn't something that is leaked months in advance. This is an actual announcement by Halloween Horror Nights where us, the fans, don't really know about. We're just waiting. And we love food. I could probably speak for all of us in the chat here and stuff, HH fans. Halloween Horror Nights has gotten so much better with their offerings in food. I love food. I look forward to HHN and food all the time, right? But the fact that this announcement came out today and like none of this got spoiled for me, nothing got leaked months in advance. This was an actual HHN announcement that was a surprise. It is like so well received. And I sit there, I'm like, man, I wish I had that for everything else. Like, it's just so cool. It makes me more excited for the event. And it's sad that only the food is the one that survives. And you know what? Thank God that it is the food that survives.
Justin said, you mean you didn't see it on the food spec map?
Anyways, I don't know. Am I going a little too far with that, guys? What do you
No,
think?
I agree. I think it's exciting to have an announcement that we didn't know when it was going to come. We also didn't know what it was going to entail. And
Yeah.
it's exciting.
I genuinely think like a week before the event to announce food like this, I think is fine with timing.
Yeah. No,
I don't think they need to announce this any further, but thank you for the people who did not spoil this. This was fun. Like, I'm happy.
Yeah.
So, anyways.
Cool.
Oh, yeah. You guys see that they made the little icons for the food, by the way?
Yeah.
They have the pizza fries, twisted tater, and then the cheese stick, which I'm surprised that the cheese stick has its own icon.
I think it was so popular last year. Like, they're probably going to make that a staple, like the pizza fries and the twisted tater.
You think they'll go as far as making it a haunted house and then into an attraction, year-round attraction, and then build its own theme park? And
He'll
then
be
its
the icon next year. Cheese stick.
Hey, cut the live stream. We're talking
And
2027.
the theme of the year is death by cheese stick.
Be
And
careful.
he's the icon.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie, that could slap. What if next year? I know I'm not the type of person to talk about future years or in the current year, but what if next year is all themed about food?
Nah. No, I'm good.
Nah.
Nah.
No. All right. Anyways. So again, positive. We're feeling positive with what we've seen for the food.
Yep. I'm excited.
Okay. Scale 1 to 10. What are you thinking?
Like an 8.
Okay. Chat, what are we thinking? Scale 1 to 10. How excited are you for the Halloween Horror Nights 35 food? At least what was announced. What you seen on the media stuff? What was on the post? All that. What is your excitement level at on a scale of 1 to 10? I will agree with Steph with an 8. I will go as far as saying a 9 because I know we're going to be walking around, wobbling around Universal, the pregnant belly, seeking for some food. We're not just here for the house this year, folks. Our ranking's a little different. We're looking for some food boosts.
I will say we're already getting to the point where I feel like I don't have any room in here. And I take like 3 bites and I'm like, okay, I'm full. So
That means I will step in to help save the day
finish it.
and finish the second portion because I will be getting my own. Sharon is Karen. Yes.
Sure.
So anyways, let's see. We got a 6, a 6.7, a 7.5. We got an 8, an 8, an 8.8, a 5, an 8.5, a 7. Okay, so I would say probably within the 70 percentile, right?
Yeah.
Okay, not bad. I like that. That's good. That's good. It's really
I try
good.
not to get too excited just because sometimes, like, obviously the food photography makes it look
That is true.
more enticing
Just
than
like that
it
burger
is.
where they
Yeah.
angle it lower and they have a little wider angle on it. Just drop it to a 37-degree angle, shoot it right there, and make the thing look towering. And then when you look at it, you're like, oh. Especially if you go to Disneyland, you go to Pimp's Kitchen, and you get the big chicken sandwich. You're like, this thing's gonna be freaking massive. But the chicken's the same size of a normal just chicken breast you would
And the
normally
bun
get.
is, like,
And the
this
bun's
big.
what's small. And your hand's bigger than the whole thing. You're like, what the hell is this?
It was very upset.
I don't think I've ever been more upset But the chocolate bar,
Chocolate
that
bar
was freaking good. It was huge, too. That was great. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So that is it for the HHN35 food that was announced earlier today for Orlando. Again, if you guys want more details, though, for the Halloween Horror Nights food, if you guys go check out the Pew2, Tyler, he went ahead and posted his media experience as well as the trackers. They posted that. A couple other content creators I know. I think Super Enthused was there. I think Paige Bryant was there. There's a couple other ones. Sorry if I'm not getting all the names there off the top of my head, but go check them out on social media. I know on Instagram they were posting of their experience, and it looks good except for the Spirit Halloween clown animatronic. For some reason that was there. To me, that was the stupidest thing. It really was the stupidest
thing. Do you
thing.
use that for anything else ever again?
I pray that they do now. If they don't, if it was just for that, I'm gonna be mad. But if they put it in one of the food booths and they have it there, it's just, I'm cool with that. I can roll with that.
Yeah.
But if somebody said, let's just spend like $200 to $300 on buying this animatronic from Spirit Halloween and throwing it right here for this one little media thing that we decided, hey, let's do real quick last minute. You guys have plenty of props and stuff you could probably use. But
I do think the theming for the media event was really good, though.
yeah, it looked
like
cool.
The way they had everything set up.
Yeah.
The like chefs, little like
all their aprons and stuff.
I
And
thought
did
that
you
was
see
really
how
cool.
they had the open kitchen there, but it was kind of it's those tinted glass
Yeah.
windows that then fade away and stuff, but they put don't trust the chefs on it or don't listen to the chefs. So that's cool. I
Yeah.
like little things like that. They put some energy into it, except for when they got to that animatronic. So anyways,
I think we have another topic for
no,
tonight.
I think we could just end. I'm happy. I think I'm happy with that. Just talking about food.
Okay, maybe a rapid fire Q&A.
No, that's not. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So like we said, we just finished up with the food portion. We also did talk about the HHN at Home 2026 Fan Awards. As a reminder, we are doing this fun community-driven project, if you will. It's going to be an award show happening Sunday, November 8th, 7 p.m. Eastern Time, live here on YouTube. We're going to have a lot of other content creators involved, the whole shebang. But check out more details on our Instagram, as well as Horror Night Nightmares, their post on X as well. And if you guys have any questions, feel free, reach out to us. Reach out to me on Instagram. You can send me a private DM. We'll be more than happy to answer your question. But with that, we're moving on to the next portion of tonight's live stream, which is our HHN35 Q&A. So a couple days ago, we went ahead and put out a little form for you guys, basically to ask us some questions. And guess what? Surprise, we're going to answer them. That's what it is. So we have 15 questions in tonight's HHN35 Q&A, and we are going to start right away with question at number 1. What would make the next best Universal Monsters house? I will say in this question, they also had a second part question. We couldn't fit it into the screen, but it was, if you don't think Universal, or do you think...
If you think, or do you think that they should
not do the monsters
do it
anymore?
again?
Which, reason why we didn't put it in here, because we do think they should do it.
Yes.
The monsters. But Stephanie.
Oh, I have no idea.
I have an easy answer, top of my mind. I mean, quick.
Go
The
ahead.
creature from the Black Lagoon.
Yes, we have been waiting for that one. Has he really been in any of the classic monsters houses?
2019.
Other than 2019?
And the Bride of Frankenstein, they had him in the little thing.
But he hasn't had like his own.
Never had his own, besides 2019.
They need a creature house, or at least like a. I don't know if they want to stick with the whole like this one versus this one or whatever, but definitely creature.
Yeah, I don't even think like the monsters need to have like a Marvel multiverse battle thing every single time. Like, I don't think that is necessary. I do think it'd be cool though if their worlds do like kind of collide, where you're in an area that is featuring them, kind of like Unmasked. I like how Unmasked was like that, where Mr. Hyde kind of went into the location where Phantom can be found, and I think Invisible Man was there too as well. So like, they're not fighting each other, you're just in their midst, you know. I like that. Same with like 2019 is featuring them. They're not fighting, but you're featured in their moments and stuff. I think it'd be really cool to get at least a third of a haunted house to be all creature from the Black Lagoon.
Yeah. And then Justin said creature from the Black Lagoon versus the Blob, which does make me think, I would like to see them do more of those, like the other monsters that are not, you know, the 5 that we always see.
You're
I
like,
think that would be cool.
You're pumping me up right now. I'm going to tell you this. I said this downstairs as a joke or whatever. However, I know there are people out there that would be like, no, please, no, don't do this. You want to control crowds at Halloween Horror Nights? This is what you do. You do a year that is specifically themed to the Universal monsters. All 10 haunted houses, Universal monsters. So you can have some of the classic Why are you getting up? Are you a Universal monster?
Yeah.
Watch him. Oh, wow. The scare factor's through the roof. You're gross. You're gross. But all 10 haunted houses are all themed to Universal monsters. So you'll have classic monsters. No. We're not done. Hold up. No.
Come lay down.
Go lay down. Go lay down. I know. We said Universal monsters, and Hunter's like, what? But all 10 haunted houses, you have some of them that are themed to the classic monsters, and then you have some to just the generic Universal monsters like the Blob or, you know, the alien. I can't think of the name off the top of my head, but the alien with the big brain and little claws and stuff like that. Go lay down.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing some of the other ones.
There you go. Yeah, it'd be really cool just to have a Universal monsters themed year, and like maybe the classic monsters are the icons for that year, and each one gets their own scare zone, and they have their own house, and then you can have some of the other monsters featured. All the foods are themed to it, and then, you know, if you really want, you know, you can bring the usher in and say "Ripped from the Silver Screen." We can get something like that again, all Universal based. That would be really cool. However, back to the question: what would make the next best Universal monster house? Going with Creature.
Yeah.
What do we think,
I love a
everybody?
Creature house.
What are we thinking? I see Creature House would be awesome. Frankenstein versus the Mummy. You can get that on Monsters Unchained.
Yeah.
For like a second.
Yeah.
So, Tyler said Phantom needs a house. He had a house. But you know what? I like Phantom, so I'm not against that.
Phantom, like a standalone Phantom house, could be kind of cool.
Creature versus Wolfman. Okay. Psycho Masco said Frank, Wolf, and Drac battle it out at Drac's castle. But see, we've had Dracula and Wolfman fight before at Legends Collide. It's just, again, it's the fighting thing to me that it's just like...
They could think of something else.
Yeah, I just genuinely think it's like... I don't know, cheap. I don't think that's the right term that I want to use. But it's like you're then just witnessing them fight.
It's like low-hanging fruit.
Yeah, they're just fighting each other. Where it's like, I wish they were like human, kill. And it's like, we are the victim in this. Versus like, oh, we're caught in their battle.
You mean like how Jack and Oddfellow are going to team up because they're stronger together?
No. Anyways. Let's see. Metaluna mutant from his island Earth. Mars Attacks House. Mars Attacks House could be fun. That would be fun.
That would be fun.
We're getting that this year. It's called the Cybergoria.
Yeah, one that focuses on the lesser known monsters like the mole people and Black Cat.
Yeah, man. Yeah, somebody said, Javier said, how about a monster year in general? Universal monsters, Greek, Chthonic, American, etc. Yeah, like I'd love that. Like, what about like local legends? You know, I know like you know, there's going to be a question. I will say this. There's going to be a question that pops up in this Q&A that will be coming up, I think, more towards the end of the Q&A that kind of leads into a potential direction that I'm going to mention, sort of. But like, for years, I've always thought of like, oh, what other themes could they do? And it's like, why not just do like these generic themes for these houses for the year and stuff, where it's just like Universal Monsters is the theme. And it's like, again, what Halloween Horror Nights needs to just only do is just focus on the scare factor. If they can make it scary and high energy and fun, whatever the theme is going to work. As long as it has the energy factor. I know you're not big into like the sad, somber themes and stuff. And I can agree with you to an extent on it. But it's like, if you did something that is directly driven with the factor of trying to be scary and horror driven, like just the monsters. Now, the classic monsters right now may not be scary to a modern audience, but used to be very scary back in the day when they did come out. They used to be modern at that time. So looking back at it now, it's like Universal has been able to get the classic monsters and modernize them to today's standard as far as like energy goes and presence, that they made it scary. And it's like you could do just monsters. You can get local legends. We can get legends from, you know, like Asia, Japan. You know, I want to see Japanese culture, you know, experience that here in Orlando. And, you know, for instance, we're getting Hamikuma to come over. Now, I don't think Hamikuma is really like, you know, that type of culture that I'm talking about. But to see that integration and stuff is really unique and really fun, and can be something that just us as an American, I have not been able to really experience here in the States. That could be a whole genre of horror that I'm like, whoa. Or maybe it sucks. So,
cool.
Anyways, all right. Next question. Question number 2. If you had to pick RIP Tour solo or Premium Scream in October, which Premium Scream night October is October 19th, Monday. Which one are you choosing?
We kind of talked about this earlier.
Okay, real quick. Do you have an answer? I'm sorry, but do you have an answer?
Yeah.
Okay, on the count of 3, we're both going to say our answer.
Okay.
Okay, 3, 2, 1, RIP.
Yeah. We talked about it briefly earlier, and I think we both agree that we would say RIP, only because Premium Scream, while like you get the food and like that's fun and the crowds are lower, you still could have waits for the food and the houses. Whereas RIP Tour, they take you right to the front of the line for the houses. So you don't have to wait in any line. So I think if you were picking between the two, I would do an RIP Tour. Personally.
100% agreed. It's funny, like I said, my parents are here, and my dad was actually talking about that, and I was breaking it down for him. And I never really thought about that ever until he brought that question up, which I was like, that's just so unique. I've never thought of this before in the years of knowing this and talking Horror Nights. And like, it's kind of funny for us to have this question too, because Stephanie and I technically did an RIP, technically didn't. It was for media night back for HHN31. It was an RIP tour, but it wasn't like an official RIP in a way that it is. And then the Premium Scream. We haven't done a Premium Scream night, so we can't really say. We do have some experience with RIP in a way. But again, like, it was a media night thing, so we didn't have to pay for it and stuff. So like, it might have been really cool for us, but because it was free. You know, I have to say that. But when I was talking to my dad and I was thinking about it, the big thing was the fact of like, what's so cool with an RIP tour, whether you're solo, private, with a group, whatever, but with an RIP tour, what's so cool is you're going to be with a group. And it's, especially if you're solo, if you're cool with being social, this allows you to mingle with other people in the group and stuff. You get to meet people. I know people who came here on a solo trip back in HHN32. I'm not going to give any names or anything. And I was helping them out with planning their trip and stuff like that. And they ended up doing an RIP tour by themselves and stuff because they only had one day, but they put the money towards that. And they ended up making lifelong friends from that RIP tour group that they still talk to today. That, you know, I talk with them. They still talk to these people, and they do RIP every single year. So it allows you to find a potential group that you could be friends with and stuff, interact, engage, all that kind of stuff. You never know who you might meet on the RIP tour in your group.
Yeah, especially if you're choosing between doing the RIP tour by yourself or doing Premium Scream by yourself. At least like the RIP tour, you're kind of forced into a little group, and then like you could commingle with other people if you wanted to.
Yeah.
Obviously, if you don't want to, like.
Yeah, you can be like Steph and I
really
and just look at people and not smile.
Well, we're not going by ourselves.
Well, but you know what I mean. Even when we're there, we're just. But the cool thing too is you have your RIP tour guide that is with you, and they give you the backstory for the houses. They help you get really kind of engaged and involved at the event, what's going on. And it's pretty cool to hear those things, you know? And yeah. I think that's just an extra added bonus. And when you break it down between Premium Scream Night and RIP, they're kind of the same price. And so I would go with having that tour of Halloween Horror Nights versus just being at my own leisure. That's what I pick. I would side with RIP tour solo.
Yep.
So, What about you guys in the chat? Let's see. I
A
know
lot of people said RAP tour.
RP or RP.
A lot of people said they would say RAP tour unless it was the first year of Premium Scream, then maybe the first year of Premium Scream, because it was not nearly as busy and it was basically like you could walk into the houses.
True, but it's not the first year.
Exactly.
Except for October's date. It is the first we're having an October
Yeah,
date.
but I don't think it'll be, I think if anything, that'll be more busy.
Really? I don't know. I'm worried. There's one thing that I'm worried with the October event is that I don't know if this is a night that's on the calendar for the scare actors as far as like a mandatory night, or if it's a like, hey, can you know.
I'm sure it was because it came out before like a lot of people got casting emails. So
Okay.
I do feel like it probably was. I mean, I feel like a few people in this chat could answer that for us, but I would assume it'll be fully staffed. It's not like a makeup night because of a hurricane or something like that.
Yeah. All right. Question number 2 about the RIP. Pick that one over Premium Scream Night. But we're going to question number 3. Stephanie, are you ready? Chat, you ready? Doesn't matter.
Yes.
We're going on. Do you expect any photo op characters around the park? Stephanie, take this one away.
I can't think of any. This question also had a little bit more to it where they said similar to the grabber last year. I can't think of any specifically. They did confirm that Nikki from Obsession is only Hollywood, so
Yep.
definitely not her.
Thank God.
I just feel bad for those poor scare actors. that have to do that.
I just want to say this about the whole Obsession thing. Why do you guys think, for those of you that think this, why do you guys think Obsession would be a good haunted house?
We can talk about that another time. But
That is my Q&A with the chat. For those of you who believe that Obsession would be a good haunted... I'm sorry, we're going to... Hold up. I'm so sorry. Anybody in the chat here think that Obsession would be a good haunted house? Don't be
they're
scared.
also not making it
Don't
a
be
haunted
shy.
house.
No, I know. If anybody in the chat thinks, don't be shy. It's okay. I just genuinely want to know why people think Obsession would make a good house at Halloween Horror Nights. 'Cause
Everybody's saying no.
I don't
People
see
in
it.
our chat are gonna say no.
As long as it's not Chris. Chris says yes, it doesn't matter.
I think most of the people in our chat understand what makes. Think of it from not understand, but think of it from the perspective of what makes a good haunted house, rather than from the perspective of what's a good scary movie. So I don't think anybody in here is going to necessarily say yes. But there are a lot of people who do just think of it from the perspective of that was a good scary movie. They should make it a house.
Yes, to Mr. Disney King's point right here, he said again, One Tree Willow will make a good house featuring Obsession. Yes, we can get into that conversation. If we do a One Tree Willow like universe like they're talking about and stuff and having Obsession in there, you can do an anthology style house with that. But Obsession cannot be haunted house. It's not a haunted house layout. No, I'm sorry. I will try to play devil's advocate on all forms. I will love to listen. I love to hear other people's thoughts. When I think one way, they think another way. Totally cool. I don't understand the conversation of Obsession being a haunted house. I don't get that. Like, I genuinely don't. So for any of you, again, don't be shy. I know sometimes I come off a little aggressive. Don't be shy. I just want to know why you think Obsession would be a good haunted house.
No, and
That's
nobody in this chat's saying it will be. Or would
Goosebumps would be a better house. Goosebumps would dominate as a haunted house, period. Goosebumps is the case files for Halloween Horror Nights.
be. They made it an adult Goosebumps.
Oh, yeah. Anthology. Also, our favorite unofficial Halloween Horror Nights bird has entered the chat. Mr. Derek Morse with the $4.99. What's up, Derek? Welcome back, dude. Uh-oh. Almost missed the live. No Obsession isn't for an HHN house, and that's okay. Meet and greet, yes. House, no. Let's not say everything is a house now. Derek, that is why you are the HHN bird. Thank you. We appreciate you, Derek. I agree. I don't understand the conversation of Obsession becoming a house. Now, having Nikki as a character, Sure. And I know there's a conversation of people wanting to have of like, oh, Nikki, she's the victim of this whole thing. But it's not Nikki as in the sense of
it's
her.
the thing that's taking over her body.
It's her being possessed in a way. It's that version of her where she's willing to do these crazy things. And I think it could work as a character meet and greet for the fact of you can have the actor portray Nikki in her possessed state, acting all crazy and freaky, and then snapping out of it and being like, what's going on? And you, as the person interacting with her, don't know which version you're talking
but
to.
Unfortunately, what's probably going to happen is that poor actor is just going to be bombarded with pictures and selfies, and I don't know how they're going to have it set up, but I feel like they're not going to get to portray that character because it's just going to be like people chasing him down.
I genuinely would love if Halloween Horror Nights had a one-night policy for one night.
No phones.
No phones. No pictures. Nothing. Phones down. We're back to old school. Just enjoy it. Just enjoy the event. We don't need to have these photos. Just enjoy it. Live in the moment. I wish at least one night that could just be a rule for one night. And then the rest, everything is normal. But I'd love to have one night where it is just cameras down.
Okay.
Just enjoy the event, folks. It's more for an experiment. I wonder, could we do that? You know, could it work?
I think there are too many concerns people would have with safety and whatnot that they would never be able to do that.
Haven't had phones in the past.
Anyway, but phones have been more integrated into our lives where people use them for not just communication, but for medical purposes and et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah,
so you
sure.
can't just tell people they can't have, certain things they might need.
All right. First of all, Jessica, what's up? How you doing? And then also Derek said Scooby-Doo needs a house. No, Scooby-Doo doesn't need a house. Scooby-Doo needs Volcano Bay. They need to do Spooky Island nights at Volcano Bay for Universal during the summer and the fall. Spooky Island at Volcano Bay in the land of... That'd be freaking cool. And guess what? They have brought some Scooby-Doo characters over there. So we're getting there.
But answering the question.
All right, let's get back to the Q&A.
I can't think of any characters that they would have roaming around. I'm sure they will have like Jack and Oddfellow like in their zones. There's Art, but he'll be on a stage.
I think we'll get maybe some of the icons potentially randomly popping up in some areas.
But nothing, there's no like areas that have popped up where it's like, oh, that's definitely going to be like, a photo op of the grabber, like that sort of thing that's popped up in the park yet. So,
yeah. All right. Question number 4. Do you think an 11th house is likely in the near future, and would it help with alleviating the crowds? I will answer the second part before I answer the first part. Do I think it will help alleviate the crowds? That depends. The answer is yes, unless Universal looks at it and says, hey, well, we opened another attraction, therefore we can have another 2,500 people into the park, so let's increase the capacity. If they just keep the capacity where it's at and increase the offerings, it will help with the crowds. But the problem is when they add that extra attraction, they look at it as we can now increase the capacity because that attraction can't eat away this many guests at a time. So we can actually add these. Problem is when you think like that, not everybody will at the time be at that attraction. They may not. They may still be in the park.
The problem is I don't know about the crowds, if it would help or not. However, I agree with what Brian said about it depends on capacity. However, I will say I do not think I don't think it's likely that they'll add an 11th house anytime soon, only because I think when they were adding more houses, not only was it, potentially to help crowds, but also I think that a lot of it was because they, first of all, had the space, which I feel like we are getting a little short on at this point with 10 houses, but also because they were trying to draw more people to the event, which I don't think they necessarily need at this point. I think they're like, we're at a good spot with 10 houses. It doesn't cost, like, we don't have to increase our spending.
Yeah.
because we don't need to necessarily bring in a bunch of new people. We're not trying to like, all they have to do is get like Fortnite and then they're good. You get what I mean?
Yeah, I almost threw up. Thanks.
You said you were kind of excited for it, so.
I know, but you remind me of the Peely that they just have hanging just in the scare zone.
Yeah, I don't personally see them adding an 11th house soon, but if they did, I would, welcome it. I'd be happy about it.
I'm going to say, yes, I do think an 11th house is likely in the near future, because if I put that positive energy out there and we keep pushing for it, maybe it will happen. But I do think that logistically it is possible to do an 11th house. It's just, will they? I don't know. It's kind of tough, to have that conversation. I think, genuinely speaking, although can they do more houses? Yes. Will it be nice for them to do more houses? Yes. But the devil advocate, or the devil's, oh my gosh, what's the word, the term? I'm playing devil's advocate.
Devil's advocate.
Yes. Playing devil's advocate here. 10 haunted houses is a good number for the event. It really is. The positioning where they have it, they have 5 in the soundstage side, and then kind of the other half, they have 5 over there. There is a good balance right now with 10 houses and stuff. So I won't be so upset if they don't add an 11th house in the next 5 years, to be honest. But again, like you mentioned, it would be a great welcome to the event. Like, we could use it, as long as they're not like, now we can add an additional 37,000 people. No. Just add something to the event without taking anything away. Try that.
Yeah. Unfortunately, the problem with that is then, like, the way companies look at, their earnings and bottom line and everything is like, every year their goal is a little bit higher than the previous year. So if you were to just increase the spending,
greed.
If you were to just increase the spending but not increase how many people you're selling tickets to, like, it's obviously not, they're not going to make as much money.
Yeah, I'm gonna pull this up real quick from the chat, because I actually believe this. It's so funny. You asked previous Brian if this is something I liked. I probably would have said no, but I think I lean more this way. Ace Territory. Also before, I want to say real quick, Halloween Fright Night. Yo, am I late? Just a little bit, but it's okay. We still have plenty of questions. We're only on question number 4 of our Q&A. We have a total of 15 questions that we're going through. We did earlier talk about the HHN food.
Yes.
And that was announced today. There was a little media thing that went on, which our, let's see, our man Tyler Pugh is in the chat. Yo, what have I missed? Not much, just us talking about the food you ate, my man.
Yeah, you know all about that already.
You got that. Maybe you could help us with answering some questions in chat. But we did talk about the food earlier, and then we also did talk about the 2026 HHN at Home Fan Awards happening Sunday, November 8th, 7 p.m. Eastern Time, live on YouTube. If you want more details on that, like I said, go check out our Instagram post. All the details on there for content creators, fans, everything. It's for the community, by the community, something we're putting together and teaming up with Horror Night Nightmares, as well as a shadowy figure that we can't say right now. But back to the Q&A. Question number 4, 11th Haunted House potential. Oh, sorry. Ace Territory. I'm so sorry. I was going to say your comment.
I was waiting to see if you were going.
Oh my gosh. Can you believe? Okay. They should have a 3rd show before an 11th house. Agree or disagree? Chat, what do we think? Agree or disagree?
If they have space for it, yeah.
A 3rd show before an 11th house.
I don't see why they don't use... Maybe they use it for something else, but I don't see why they don't use the horror makeup show. Like, I feel like that would be a good space for them to use during the event. I know they used it, like, for RAP tours before. I don't know if they still do that, but
I agree 100%. I do think a 3rd show would be more beneficial than 11th house. Again, I think 10 houses is a good number that we're at. You know what I'm saying? But I do think sometimes having just 2 shows, it would be cool to have a 3rd show, and I would really love to see them go back old school HHN, where we're getting to see the behind the scenes, the process, the making of Halloween Horror Nights, just like the Art of the Scare, which I will be mentioning later in tonight's live stream for one of the questions we have coming up. But like if Horror Makeup Show, they had opened and they did like 2 or 3 shows for the night, maybe just like, let's say 2 shows, right? And I know like it's not a big capacity theater and it'd probably be really sought out, but you know, if they had maybe one of the creatives pop in every now and then to talk about some HHN stuff, you know, an interview about things. Maybe they had a video to play and stuff. Now I know they're doing some refurbishing within Horror Makeup. I don't know what to expect there, but it'd be cool too if the Born Stuntacular was open and they used that big screen to show just old HHN clips. It's not like, oh, this show starts at this time. You can go in at any time, get away from the heat, sit down in a nice comfortable chair and some AC and just watch some old HHN clips. Art of the Scare could be playing. They can have old HHN commercials. And then when you feel ready to go back out and get the scares again, you just head on out. It'd be cool to have something like that, like a rotating theater in a way. So things like that, I would like to see the usage for more shows for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry.
All right.
Overdoing it. All right. Let's get back to Q&A. So question number 5. Why do they never recycle houses in Orlando like they do in Hollywood?
I actually don't know. I don't know the actual answer for this, but I would assume budget. That's just my assumption. If Orlando gets a bigger budget than Hollywood might reuse houses because they have the props already, they have the layout already, they know how to put it up, etc., etc. But that's just a guess. I have no idea.
I was going to say, Javier mentioned they did American Werewolf in London twice. We've had returning properties. Halloween has returned. Texas Chainsaw Massacre has returned. But as far as just like same concept and design, like we don't really get that like Hollywood does. And I think it's to what you said, just a budget thing. Like Orlando, we can do that. Hollywood, I don't think really has the ability to do that like Orlando does. And I think in the market here, it's like they see it as like we have to do new things necessarily, you know. I think, you know, Orlando too, just the way it's set, you know, we were like the tourist destination in the world. You have people constantly traveling to do Halloween Horror Nights. So they're like, we have to keep doing new things for these people to want to come back or to get new people. Where in Hollywood and stuff, you know, they're more of a local base, especially with like Disneyland and Universal out there. So it's like they can do these returning things and the people will still go, but it would be nice for our Hollywood friends to get some newer stuff. Yeah. I think my thing is with Hollywood that I don't like necessarily is that they do too much returning stuff. Having one house that's returning, maybe 2, okay, but when it's like 3 or 4, it's like
or after like it's been like 5 years, but when they do it like
year after year or 2 years,
2 years ago.
Yeah. Let's see. Sal said one time when we asked the ticket booth difference of events, she said Hollywood isn't the popular in revenue and sales. She said Orlando brings in more crowds. Yep. Yeah. And that's why. So it's mainly, I think it's a budget thing. I think Orlando has the ability to do so.
Yeah. They also, like Mr. Disney King said, and this is also a budget thing, but they might not have the team to work on that much, and also like creating new things and also putting that stuff up and doing the layout, art and design, the scenic, like it takes a lot of people.
Yeah.
They just might not have the team to do that. And
just to kind of throw a little like history lesson out there in a way, Orlando was the first location for Universal that did Halloween Horror Nights. Started back in 91 as Fright Nights, 92 became Halloween Horror Nights. And then later on in the 90s, then Hollywood took the swing at doing a Halloween Horror Nights event, but it wasn't really successful out in Hollywood. So they went ahead and scrapped it for a few years until they brought it back, and it's kind of been an on and off thing, and now they're sticking with it. Out in California, they have Not Scary Farm, which has been around for a very long time, and it's been successful out there. So I think Hollywood has had more of a competition over there compared to when Orlando just kind of popped up and we started doing Horror Nights in the early 90s and stuff. That was kind of the place to go to, and it became very successful, and it just has been. Horror Nights in Orlando has not missed a single year. COVID came around, canceled the Halloween Horror Nights, and they still opened haunted houses, believe it or not. You know, we had HHN Light.
Yeah.
But, you know, Orlando's just, it's a different game. When we went to Hollywood in 2023, a lot of people asked us, what do you think? What's better, Hollywood or Orlando? And it's like, although we will always side, although we would always side with Orlando, we're trying to compare apples to oranges here. They're two completely different events, different styles, different energy. Like, talk about the houses. Orlando and Hollywood are going to be different for different reasons. You know, scare zones, Hollywood and Orlando are going to be different for different reasons, you know?
Yeah, and honestly, like, I'm sorry, your username is way too long for me to read that.
South?
Yeah.
Just call him South.
Like they mentioned, HHN Orlando is the only haunt that does completely brand new houses, every single one, every single year. Most haunts like around the country that you go to, they reuse every year because it's very expensive to make a brand new one and then like completely scrap it and never use it again.
Never use it. Yeah, it's tough.
So,
it's expensive.
Yeah, so it's honestly like it's a.
I mean, I get it.
It's a different thing that Orlando does.
Yeah.
Rather than it being different.
You know, I will say, great question.
Hollywood does it. Yep.
Yeah, and here's the thing too. Tyler Pugh said, I think they've gotten so dependent on the Q3 revenue from HHN that they are afraid to repeat.
That too.
Yeah, you know, it's so funny. The statement years ago, I remember this always being floated around, and I don't hear it enough, but like Halloween Horror Nights is the bread maker for Universal, specifically alcohol. But that was always a statement.
Down a little bit, but yes,
it's changed a little bit. But like Halloween Horror Nights was the thing that made money for Universal. Like it saved Universal in the past. So
they rely on it. And like Occupant said, there are people that fly to Orlando for HHN, and if there were repeats, they might choose not to.
Yeah, we know people that would skip HHN if they brought repeats.
Yeah.
We've had people skip HHN just because they brought one house that was also done 10 years ago. It happens. All right. Question number 5. That actually ended up being a little better than I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be a simple, like, oh, I don't know, maybe because of this, but we broke it down more. So moving on to question number 6 in tonight's Q&A. Best ways to scare people. Your short answer of the day is with your face. Ladies and gentlemen, you can scare somebody by just showing your face. That is correct. Take it from an experienced veteran here.
This question is funny because it's like, do you mean in a haunted house? Yeah. Or do you mean?
Yeah. Is this actually for a specific reason? Do we need is there a tutorial that you need right now? Here's the thing. A funny question, best ways to scare people. And I want to make it into a deeper thought, if you will.
I have an answer.
I'll let you answer first. I want to hear your answer because mine might be long.
My best ways to scare people when I was working in the haunted houses, not like out in public, was always, I was not a very like scary character, only because my first year I was a victim. And then I was a Bride of Dracula, but still, you're female. It's a little different.
Yo, I've seen stuff scare in the Classical Monsters house.
But what I'm saying is,
that was
like,
terrifying.
What I'm saying is what you're given is not, so you have to kind of like make it work.
Yeah.
And one thing that always got people was when you would come out for your initial scare, but you don't just immediately go back in, you then go to like the person next to them. And that would always get, like, the person next to them's watching the person that you're scaring. But then if you look at them, then they kind of get like freaked out.
Yeah, because they're thinking like that's the moment. They're just watching it, but they don't realize they're about to be in that moment as well.
Yeah. So that always worked for me.
I like that. That's cool. You guys, listen, we've done scare acting in the past. I have dreamed of working with Universal and Halloween Horror Nights and creating the BFO Scare Actor Academy, where we get together all the scare actors and we, you know, teach them like veteran things that we've done in the past, situations and stuff, and get them hyped and excited to become scare actors for this year's event. Like, I would love to do that. Past years, believe it or not, since we started the YouTube channel, I've always had a couple of new scare actors that applied, got the role, always reached out to me before the season, would ask for tips, and I would just chat with them and talk to them about different things and stuff. I think that's like one of my favorite things to do in the off season. Heartburn. Heartburn's a good scary thing. But That's one of my favorite things to do every off season. So talk to brand new scare actors and giving them tips and stuff. And it's really cool to hear their experience through the season and then after the season how it was, and then for them to keep doing it. It's pretty cool.
Yeah. Do you have an answer?
I do.
I was also gonna say Halloween Fright Night. I assume this person works in like setting up haunted houses or creating haunted houses or just their own personal what scares them. But they have a few that are really good. Faceless masks. So like the ones that are like,
unless you get like the
those are creepy.
The silicone ones, the skin tight and stuff that can move. We had a couple of those, and those actually work nice. But faceless mask, yep.
Fake boo holes that like it's actually the other side where the actor comes out.
Pause. I want to just put this out there, okay? Just put this out there real quick. Fake boo holes lighting up. There has been a couple of times where I've had a costuming malfunction during my set. This happened once when I was Michael Myers in Halloween 4. Every year I've always had one. But there was an issue with when I was in Halloween 4. My mask and the hair of Michael got caught. So I was in the attic scene. Behind me was my boo hole. It was a curtain, but I was out in front. When I would go back behind that curtain, my mask and the Velcro got caught on the curtain and started pulling up. So I was kind of stuck. But I was able to hide myself from the guests so they didn't see that I'm over here like, I was like this, like, oh my gosh, because my knife is up and everything. I'm kind of caught in this thing. But what I did was I'm noticing, I can't stand for people to miss a scare. I cannot do that. One of the things, I will put this out there, this is me being a little prideful, but one of the accolades that I've always had, that I don't think I've ever really said like publicly, is every single year for Halloween Horror Nights, what I've always done, I don't know if anybody else has done this, but I've always had this record of making sure that I have had one night where I was on set for over 3 hours every single year. But 27, HHN 28.
Some coordinators fired.
We got very special approval for this stuff. Like we had to go up for this. Very cool. Shout out to everybody who was able to coordinate this and make it work. But recent one, 29, when, I was Dracula and stuff, I could not stand. I had my tag-out partner wasn't there, was sick that day, so we did not have a Cast B Drac for the scene. And I got special approval from high up to allow me to stay in that scene for set after set after set, because I just could not stand the fact of thinking guests are going to walk by and Dracula's not going to be there. So going back to the Michael Myers scene,
I was like, where is this tie-in?
Going back to it, this is where this ties in, right? Where I was caught up and I was off stage. I was back in the boo hole trying to fix this. I noticed 4 seconds has passed and I went, I need something to happen. So I hit with my shoulder or my elbow, I hit the trigger that I had on the wall and it activated the sound. I can't reenact it, but it's the sound of the knife. It flashed pretty much like that, like shing, right? Yeah. That's what it sounded. And it was like strobes and stuff, and you hear whoo, whoo. And the guests walking by, a lady screamed or whatever, and I could see her flail from the corner. I could see her flail. So like even just doing like a fake scare like that still works.
The best way for Brian to scare people is to hit his trigger and just not show up.
Actually, to be stuck like this. But yeah, not even showing up, I guess. So anyways, continue with that statement. I want that reminded me of some memories I forgot about.
But yes.
Are you going to read the rest of that one?
Oh, yeah. Sorry, I forgot I was reading that.
It's all right. We really need to do a live stream where we just talk about scare acting experience.
We do need to. Air blaster distractions, yes. Actors from behind, yes. But Horror Nights is like doesn't do that. Yeah. Bad smell. I could argue that one. And then chainsaws. Yes, chainsaws for sure. Yeah. One thing that Hollywood does that I wish we did more of. One thing Hollywood does I wish we did more of, because it always gets me, is scares from up above, where like the actors are on like a higher up platform and then they're coming at you from more like up above. Those always get me. Like if somebody's coming from down below or like right at eye level, it doesn't really get me as much. But the ones where they're like laying like in the ceiling and they come down from up above, or they're like on a platform a little higher up, those always get me.
Yeah.
So having a variety of levels, I think, is good too.
So can I say my?
Yes.
Sorry. This one, I'll keep this one short. But best ways to scare people, in my opinion, comes down to the fact that what I've always found that worked, in one of my tips that I was always give to people in the past and stuff, is one of the things that really scares people is when they're not in control of a situation. So I like to create an atmosphere and a setting where I make the people, the guests walking by, feel like they're not in control of the situation. Like I'm fully the one in control. And when that happens, tends to always scare anybody that walks by, because people don't like to not be in control, especially of a situation like what Halloween Horror Nights may create, reenact in haunted houses and scare zones. Putting the guests in a situation where they feel like they're not in control, it makes them immediately uncomfortable. And the fact that they feel powerless in a situation like that, like, tends to make people frightened. So that's usually like the tip I would say. Best ways to scare somebody is to make sure that
You're in control.
You are in control, and you make them feel like they are not in control. Yes. Cool. All right. That's a good question. I like that question, even though it's kind of questionable if it's do you mean like right now? Are you trying to scare somebody right now or what? But I would say with your face. All right. Question number 7. Hey, look at that.
Similar.
Favorite scares from past houses.
So this is not our scares, but scares that we've liked as a guest.
Oh, okay.
That's what.
No.
That's
Okay,
what I would.
Let's do that. First one that comes to my mind is Darkest Deal, that last room. When you pass the piano on the left and go through a little curtain, that first scare actor right there always had so much energy.
Yeah, but I don't know. I was trying to think of like a unique type of scare rather than like, oh, that scare actor was really good.
The Dracula and Legends Collide on the glider coming in, but when it's timed with Wolfman and Mummy came out, that right there was cool. And the reason why I really liked that was, this kind of goes back to, I know we kind of said Horror Nights doesn't really do this, scaring from like behind in a way, but when guests were walking into this scene, Dracula was flying at you directly in front of you, because he kind of turned to the left to go around him, but he flies at you, and behind you in your peripheral is when you had Wolfman and Mummy kind of coming in. So you really felt like, oh, I have to stop because Dracula's coming, but you couldn't, because you had that barrier of the other monsters closing in.
Yeah.
That was fun. That was a good one.
I'll agree with Jen too, that the gauntlet with the red demon room in Insidious, where you're like going through all the curtains. That
was awesome.
That was really good too.
That was awesome. I'm trying to think of some unique ones. What are some unique scares we've had in the past?
I did love the whole scene in Wicked Growth where it was like, not the bridge, but it was almost like you're going through that little like tunnel, but it was all like vines and stuff. And you had the one to your
left,
to your right.
First one was on the left and the right at the double.
And it looked like it was those wood planks, but then it like actually moves. Yeah. That got me the first time, and then like right after that is one from up above, and those, like I said, those always get me. So that little area I really like too.
Yeah, there's a lot of good scares in past years, and I always find myself looking back at like, oh, what was like my favorite house, and it usually comes from a house where I'm like, this is the house that's always constantly giving the most energy and the highest level of scare possible. It usually tends to kind of be the best for us. That was a good one. I like that. What are some of the answers that we have as well?
I do also love a stilt in a house. Whenever they use stilts in houses,
stilts are fun. Yeah. Like the pews for Blood Moon, those were cool. That whole scene was really cool as well. Do you remember that in Blood Moon?
Oh yeah, Carnival Graveyard, when the clown like leaned forward and then
from
like
the
caught
height.
Him. Yeah, that was pretty cool.
That was a terrible laugh. I also hit the mic. That was really neat. I love watching that. Carnival Graveyard, Rust in Pieces. Such a good house. Love that house. Javier said stilts and Haunting of Hill House. The just the rooms, the scenes where you go down the hallway and it's completely silent. That it doesn't have to have a scare actor in there. I always feel so uncomfortable. Mm-hmm. But when they did in Haunting of Hill House had 2 of those hallways and you had to turn and you didn't know you had to turn, it's a little frightening when you're walking forward thinking you're walking forward and you hit a wall. That's got me once because that was during Stay and Scream. So it was bright out. I could not see.
Yeah.
I went straight into the wall. And then it was to the right and there was a scare actor at the end there. Graveyard Games had a situation like that too. Graveyard Games had a couple of good scares in their house. I really liked Graveyard Games. Some good one. Falling. Yeah. There's one that's called The Fallen. That's a good one.
They're talking about the Hunchback.
I know, but HHN Bear, End of Scary Tales. I didn't get to do Scary Tales.
Yeah.
Did you do Scary Tales?
Oh yeah, I like Scary Tales.
Yeah, the Michael Myers mirrors, Pumpkin and Halloween in 2022. Yep. Yeah, sometimes a house that has like the mannequins that are all the same and stuff. Sometimes I can't.
Those get me the first time we do them, and then every time after that, I'm like.
You can tell me, yeah. But the first time, for sure.
First time it gets me.
It does hit. It does hit. All right. That's a good question. We got some good questions here for tonight with the scares and stuff. But moving on, we're moving on. We're going from question number 7 to question number 8. We're passing the halfway mark here in tonight's HHN Q&A. As we pass the 2-hour mark, our next question is, do we know which houses will be opening early? The answer is yes.
It is Stranger Things,
Hellraiser,
and
Jack and Oddfellow. Good job. You got that in your first try. Proud of you. Yeah, so Stranger Things 5, Hellraiser, and Jack and Oddfellow, Chaos and Control. Those will be your 3 houses opening up early at 2 p.m. But there will be other houses that open up like 5 and all that stuff.
Yeah.
That I don't know.
No.
If you know in the chat, you can put it in the chat. All right, moving on. Question number 8 to question number 9. Which houses will be on each Unmasking the Horror tour? Surprising enough, Cybergoria, an original house, is not on the Unmasking the Horror tour. I honestly expected something between Hellraiser or Ozzy Osbourne to not make the cut.
Yeah, I would have thought it would have been one of the IPs that is like strict.
It usually is.
It normally is an IP because they're like strict on that stuff. If I were to have bet before they like all came out which one would not be included, I would have said Ozzy.
Yeah.
But
I do think though that the Ozzy house will be one where they go through and they're like, there are no cameras in this one. Maybe one scene you can take a picture of this one thing and that's it. Enjoy the rest of it.
Yeah, we'll see.
But yeah, so the 3-house tour is Invasion, Alien Abduction, Hellraiser, and HR Blood and Guts presents a Halloween Fright-tacular. That to me is a solid, absolutely solid 3-house lineup.
That is a good one. That's why we're doing the 3-house tour this year.
Yeah, I like personally doing the 6-house tour because it's like you get more. But that 3-house tour lineup, I'm like, dude, I got to do that.
I also just didn't know if I would be like in the day, like wanting to walk around for that long to do a 6-house tour. I didn't know if I'd be able to like keep up. So
that's true. Good, yeah, good call. And then the other 6 for the 6-house tour
are the 6 remaining.
Cool. All right. Question number 10. What was the best scare you've done to a guest while working? A lot of questions with scares. I forgot we had this many about this. So this one has to be about our best scare that we've done.
That's why I knew the other one wasn't, because I was like, I think we have one.
I forgot about this one. Okay, Steph, what was the best scare you've done?
I'll be honest, I can't recall any specific scare. Because you can ask Brian, because he has seen me like from like backstage doing my scare, and
she's crazy.
I don't really I don't stay out there very long. Like I said, I'll do like a 1-2.
Bro, she's in and out.
But I don't like.
Guys, I've gotten to see.
I do my boo and skidoo.
Bro, but boo's it's quick, man. When she goes backstage, she backs up, pedal, she's back out, boom, boom, back to stage, pedal, back out. And I was trying to grab her because there was an idiot who was intoxicated doing crazy stuff. So I came back to tell her, hey, pull off for a second, let them pass by. And I just couldn't get her because she's too fast. But Yeah, she takes her scaring.
Yeah,
very
so I
serious.
personally don't remember really any like specific ones. I always loved when people would drop. I think those are the most fun because you're like, oh, but yeah, there's none specific. But I did want to answer South's
South MP.
question real quick before we move on.
Okay.
About the 3 house tour. What time do they start? They have different times for all of them. So the tours go throughout the day. And the 3 house tour, what's great about that one is you can get a later start time. Like I think 11:45 is the latest one. But the 6 house tour, they start much earlier because they have to get done by, I don't
like
know
2
how.
o'clock.
Yeah, I don't know how that works. I guess they just don't do those 3 houses like after 2 p.m.
Yeah, they have to be done with those quick.
Anyway, go
Good
ahead.
question.
Your favorite scare?
That I've done. There's a lot. Like, I just want to put this out there. Maybe this is a good marketing tool to get people to audition to be a scare actor. It is so rewarding being a scare actor. This is one of the most rewarding roles I've ever had, was being a scare actor at Halloween Horror Nights. Reason being is it's not easy. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of hard work, depending on your role and things that you have to do, and of course your
What you want to put into it?
what you want to put in. My belief was always like I'm gonna go until I pass out. Like that's how I was. It was a place for me to let out that energy and stuff. And coming from the place where I did work and all that stuff and stressing corporate stuff and all that, this was a place for me to just kind of like let loose, have fun, be free, let all that energy out. And it's so rewarding because you see the fruit of your labor in your scare when people react to it. It's just, there are so many times that I've been behind the mask. I hit the trigger and I'm coming out, and it's like there's a flow. The whole house, whatever house you're in, and you can ask any scare actor that's in the chat right now. There's a time when you know that the house is in the flow. You can hear screaming from the beginning of the house, and it will carry on through, and everybody knows when to go, when to be on it, who to target. And it's just, that is such a great state that the house is in. And there are so many times where I know the house is in that state. I know my partner across from me is going to hit at the right time, and I know when they're going to hit. Like, scare actors in the chat, you know what I'm talking about. And there are so many times in those moments where I'm behind the mask and I'm just hysterically laughing because people are just jumping around. They're screaming. The energy's so high. I would just hit my trigger, and sometimes I'd just be like, blah, 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 like in my mask because people are like, ah! And I'm just in my mask just laughing. I'm like, this is funny how people don't realize behind this mask, I'm just like, ah, and they're like, ah. And it's like, if only they knew. And it's just fun because it's like, even though that's just like the cornier side of it, it's like, it's fun. And there's times where like I could see the bigger dudes that will walk around and stuff, and they're like, you can stand there and they look at you and they're like, not scared or whatever. And I'm like, I'm going to scare this person. I'm going to find a way. And you find what scares that person. And it's a different technique than I use on other people. And it works. So it's one of the roles that you can do. It's one of the jobs you can do where you can feel reward. Question that I know I was asked. It's hard because I've had so many different good scares. But one that
Probably
comes...
the one where you want to say it.
No, what? Which one?
The one where the kid broke the exit sign.
No, that one's kind of... I don't know if I should put that out there. There was one scare that I had where a kid's head went straight into an exit sign on the ground that we had on the floor. And when I say kid, it was like a teen. It was a 15, 16-year-old. Anyways, one of my favorite ones, though, is I've scared this group, me and a partner that I had back in 2017 in American Horror Story. We scared this group so bad they refused to walk any further. They stayed back. We had a house attendant come forward and say, you guys need to come. They refused to. We had a house attendant from the back come up and say, you guys need to keep going. And then we had our stage manager come in and escort the people through the blowhole out of the house because they didn't want any more of the house. And it was funny because I'd scare them and they would freak out and they would start going. My partner would scare them. And then we both just kind of leaned on our boo hole. We just leaned there and just stared at them. And we did not move. And we just kept looking at them and then look at each other. And we'd look at them and look at each other. And they were like freaking out, and they were like, go. And we're like, we were telling them like, go ahead, go. But we had boo holes where I'm like, I can't back out. I can't go anywhere. This is as far, like, I'm right here. I'm on stage. So
That's fun.
that one pops in my mind.
Yeah.
Because some of the other ones I had, people did get hurt. Like that kid who hit his head right into the exit sign and crushed the exit sign in Classic Monsters. That was one of those things where that kid, I mean, completely, whoo, and went forward, hit the wall, head hit the exit sign in the bottom corner. And I, like, in my mask, my Dracula mask, I was like, ah. But I'm standing there looking like this, like, and I'm just staring at people, like, just walking by, and this kid's on the floor. His friend group just left him. And he gets up and he and runs away. There's some good things. Being a scare actor is fun. I miss it.
It is fun.
I miss it.
It's exhausting. but
Anyways.
it's fun.
All right. Maybe should we do a live stream where we just talk about our scare acting experience
Yeah,
this
why
year?
not?
It'd be fun. All right. That's it for question number 10. Let's go to question number 11. Okay, I can read this out. Will it come next year? Feeling like it will happen soon. I did that before. I was supposed
Like,
to put
what are we talking about?
the little, quotation marks around
Oh,
it.
yeah.
But we're talking the franchise, the IP, It, the movie with the clown, the guy that has a balloon and he does the little dance and stuff. Will it come next year? Feeling like it will happen soon.
I don't know.
I don't think it will come next year, but I do believe there is a good chance we could see it the following year. My reason being is Sinners being with Warner Brothers and Universal kind of potentially.
Didn't Warner Brothers like sell?
Yes, they're selling some of their little properties and stuff like that. If Halloween Horror Nights and Universal can get it and all that,
I would love that.
that'd be huge.
I love it.
And I think if Sinners is a huge success this year, which is why it's low on my anticipation list because I have high expectations for what it could potentially bring, this could be a big win.
Mhm.
Just saying.
I hope so.
Just saying. I think there is a potential in the cards, ladies and gentlemen. I think it's a better chance now than it has ever been before. We'll say
Yes.
that. So I hope so. That'd be great. I think a lot of fans would like it. You talk about something bringing in fan base, bringing in crowds, just announce it and then do everything else as originals. You'll be fine.
Yeah, that's true. That would bring a lot of people in.
That'd be huge. All right. Question number 12. What are some of your most memorable moments at Halloween Horror Nights?
I mean, definitely working. Like
Yeah, scare acting.
going through your house.
Meeting the love of your life right across the room over here.
Going
from you.
through your house for the first time. Going through my first house for the first time was like surreal because I had never been to Horror Nights before, but I grew up like going to haunts and like wanting to go to Horror Nights so bad, but I never went. And when you are working it, when you're a scare actor, they take you through the house before you ever
Yeah, during rehearsals.
yeah.
Yeah.
They take you through it, show you all the scenery and everything, and that it was so cool seeing that. I will say that both times it's not even it's not done yet. It's barely even there, and you're like, I hope they're gonna finish this soon.
Nails sticking out of
But,
the wall. You're like, oh, that's 2 inches from my face.
But yeah, that's pretty cool. Working it all of 2019 was awesome.
It's crazy because depending on what role you're in, whether you're a guest, content creator, you're a creative member, you're a scare actor, house operation, there's different experiences you get with that. And some of my favorite memories from Halloween Horror Nights does come from being a scare actor. Some of the memories that I loved was going in for that last rehearsal and having everybody in the soundstage 33 and getting hyped up, hearing the houses and stuff, finding out what house you're in, even though you kind of know beforehand, and then getting to go through, trying on the costume, seeing everybody's costume on and stuff, and getting to reenact some of your roles and thinking about, oh, what is my scare? I think of 2019, our first time when we went in our house, Universal Classic Monsters, and I was standing on my stage, and I was talking with Haley, and you guys were in the room nearby, and we're just like talking like, oh, like how, what are you gonna do? How's this? What can you work with? Like that was so exciting. Those memories and moments of being a scare actor is a lot of fun with that. But then like as a guest too, there's a lot of other things too and memories we have that like I still think of to this day and stuff.
Even like the one that pops out, which like at the time was, I guess, not very fun, but when it like rains on opening night.
I knew you were gonna bring up one of the pouring
For some
nights,
reason,
yeah.
it's like it's not fun, but it's definitely memorable.
Yeah, especially when like some of your camera equipment gets destroyed for the night. But there are a lot of times I look back at it. It's like it's one of those things where like a bad moment that happens in your life tends to always be a good story later on. And that's what an opening night downpour. Yeah, sometimes. That's what like an opening night downpour feels like. Where it's like in the moment, it's like it sucks, but it's something you look back at. And I think of it now, and it's like some of my worst days in life compared to me going to Halloween Horror Nights on opening night and it pouring down and just being soaked and stuff. Like I would choose that night all the time. Like to me, that's an incredible night compared to life and stuff like that,
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. There's a lot of memories and stuff. Meeting you, obviously. Huge and stuff. Met my best friend at that house as well.
Mm-hmm.
Like I miss the memories. I really think we need to do a live stream like this. But I really miss the memories I had of being like in the break room with everybody. We're just trying so hard not to fall asleep, and we're all like hallucinating. We're like, oh, come on, night number 16. We still got like 30 more nights. Let's keep going. That's cool, man. I miss the cast sometimes. I just miss having that, us all talking. One of the things too that was a lot of fun is coming off of set and immediately wanting to tell your friends and your scare actor friends like of a scare. And it's so funny when oh, I have this scare to tell people, but I know they're also going to say that same person, and you get off set and everyone's talking about the same person going to the house, that one guest, and everyone's laughing about how they got them and stuff.
I was like, did you see that baby?
Yeah.
Like every time.
That was an alien. That wasn't a real baby.
No, just like,
no, I know.
Why
like
they
an
have a
actual
baby?
baby. Did you see that pregnant lady that just walked around Horror Nights?
No.
But
also I was going to also mention doing media night. That was definitely very memorable.
Yeah. Media night, cool, but also sucked. So our media night was very weird.
It's
but
memorable.
it was cool that we got that, yeah. Because it was a goal when we were younger.
When we were younger, like 4 years ago.
I was much younger then. I don't know. There's a lot of good, memorable moments for Horror Nights. Again, I always say this. It's the reason why I'm so passionate about this event, because it gave me the life that I have now. I was never into horror. I did not like scary things. I thought it was stupid. I really did. Genuinely thought people who were into horror stuff were freaks. And look at me now. Look what I'm doing. Look what's behind me. It's posters of all this stuff. I said, why not? Took a swing on a whim and said, let me go against my fears and try this out. And ended up scare acting, and then I got to meet you, and I got to meet my best friend, and now it's our life and stuff. And it's like, that's why I'm so passionate, because I feel like I need to give back to the event that's given me so much. So there's a lot of great memories at HHN. I remember when me and my friend Drew, we get done with our first set, and he looked at me, and I'll never forget this. My buddy Drew, who played Phantom of the Opera in 2019, Classic Monsters, we're still great friends to this day. He looked at me when I got off set. I think it was after the second set, actually, because it was getting dark. And he looked at me and he said, how spontaneous are you? And I'll never forget looking at him and just being like, I have to be cool. And I was like, I'm a spontaneous prodigy, dude. And he's like, you want to run a 2.5 mile run right now with me? I could not say no. So I was like, yeah. So I put down the mask, put down the cape, and I just ran with him for 2.5 miles. We finished, and they were like, all right, line up, 10 minutes. And it's like, oh. And till this day, we talk about just doing weird stuff like that. We talk about the Reese's Cup thing. If you guys know, I love Reese's Cups. That started in 2019. That was really the big factor. I ate it before, but nothing like 2019. Time to go to bed. I can talk Halloween Horror Nights memories all night, guys. There's so many good ones.
I knew that question would get you on a tangent.
And here's the thing: these next few questions are kind of like that. So I'll try. I'll be fast. I'll stay short on them for you, because I noticed we already 2 hours and 18 minutes. All right, moving on. Question number 13. Let's say HHN reboots next year. How should they introduce or reintroduce Jack and Carrie? Let's say, what if Halloween Horror Nights did reboot, but they did not bring Jack? What if we got something completely different? What if this is our chance and way to go away from those legacy characters and go into a different direction, a different route?
Like brand new.
Brand new.
Yeah, I like it.
I genuinely, I could talk about this question for an hour. We're very short on time right now, so I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to say, how should they reintroduce Jack and Gary? I think we move away from the Jack storyline if they were to completely reboot. I do think Carrie's still a great place to use, but we just start telling some small stories and stuff. I think we go back to like traditional things that scare you, and not like clowns, but necessarily just like Halloween tropes. Graveyards, haunted houses, haunted corn mazes, chainsaws. We just go around something like that, and then we build upon that.
Yeah, I like it.
I knew you'd be like, cool, next on this one.
I don't have
a
big opinion on that one.
And then moving on to question, we got 2 more questions. Question 14, where can I find all of the HHN lore besides Jack and Oddfellow? Now, I read this question as potentially being 2 different types of questions. I read it as in general, where can I find HHN lore? If you just go on YouTube, obviously, right? But they do have an HHN wiki page too, the Wikipedia for Halloween Horror Nights. There's a lot of information you can find in there, the Halloween Horror Nights websites, all that stuff.
There are YouTube videos a lot of people have made.
Yeah. But generally speaking, like watch HHN Art of the Scare. Like watch that on YouTube. It's free. It's awesome. Like you'll see a lot of cool stuff to that. Not lore based, but how they did Halloween Horror Nights.
Yeah,
but they'll
more
mention
so behind the scenes.
But they'll mention some lore stuff. Now, as far as this year goes, what are some other lore related things that's not Jack and Oddfellow? Jack and Oddfellow really have a hand in everything in this year's event. But something that's good, and we talked about at the beginning of the live stream as well, is if you go to the San Francisco area, you go into the candy store and stuff, they have some Easter eggs from HHN history. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. Heartburn's been bad. You can see some stuff there. HR Blood and Guts. HR Blood and Guts is a house coming to this year, and it's HHN lore. It's coming back. It's in Cary, Ohio as well. HR Blood and Guts comes back 15 years later and stuff. So that's another thing that's not related to Jack and Oddfellow. It's kind of his own thing. So there are some things hidden here and there that you can find some lore. Again, another question I could talk to all night. But we'll move on to the 15th and final question that we have for the night and this night's HHN Q&A. What has been the best logistical idea HHN has implemented in the last 10 years?
Oof. The first thing that comes to my mind, and it's not like this is something that was like, oh my gosh, this was the best thing that's ever happened to the event, but it just like comes to my mind, is the new sprung tents. Only because like the Men in Black tent was so small and it flooded. So.
Oh, interesting.
What do you mean?
I thought we were on the same page, because my
Were you
answer
gonna
is
talk about the parade buildings.
Well, no, I was going to mention like how it's so funny that, in the last 10 years, a logistical thing, and we're both on the same page about the sprung tents, but it was in the sense of the fact of how they did the sprung tents. Is the fact that you go through that one entrance and you go all the way to a hub where you can go in and out of 2 houses right there.
I was getting there too.
Oh, okay.
But I was also just saying, because like more so as what is the logistic change, which is we no longer have like the parade buildings, which also goes to what you were saying, where now you don't have to go through, Curious George and then all the way back there to get to the one parade building, and then you have to exit all the way out of ET, and then you go all the way around to go to the other one. I'm trying to think of where that even entered previously. Over by...
There's just 2 over there.
But the other entrance for the other parade building, B108, was was over by Men in Black.
For that 1 year, yeah. But they used to have it
For
when
1
it was
year?
like Barney. You would enter through Barney, and the
Oh,
other one was
Barney,
through
yes.
Curious George GT. Like they used to have it split there, but
It was a long trek back to both of those.
yeah,
And if you wanted to do both of them back to back,
yeah.
it was a walk.
The problem was I missed the parade buildings. I wish we got them back. I wish we do get them back in the future. But the problem was it's not so much. I know a lot of people complain that Halloween Horror Nights you have to walk a lot. Surprise, yes, you have to walk a lot. It is what it is. So the walk wasn't so much the issue for me. What I didn't like was the fact that you had two entrances side by side, and you would choose one house, and you would go all the way to that house, but then you have to walk all the way back. And one of the biggest problems is when we had one of the entrances by Men in Black and the one that was by ET. If you went into the ET house and you wanted to do the parade buildings back to back, you would go all the way that direction and then all the way back. And then you would have to go all the way to Men in Black. You go in there, but then it exited you back towards ET.
Yeah.
So if you wanted to do any that were by Men in Black,
You're gonna have to backtrack.
it's
again.
such a the pattern to that was a little rough. So that is one thing that with the sprung tents, and something that I like that Hollywood does is where they have a location, even though it's a far walk to get to it, you have a hub that features 2 to 3 houses at times, and it's like you could just spend your time knocking those out in that area. And that is something kind of like what they're doing, or that's what they did with the sprung tents, the new sprung tents, and what they're doing with the sound stages in a way.
Yeah.
So creating those hubs and stuff does kind of help.
It does help. It does sometimes make for a little bit of a cluster, but it's either that or you're, backtracking a million times to.
Yeah. I think the new sprung tents, they had to do them, right? Do I want them? Did I want them? No, because I like the parade
I like
buildings.
the parade buildings better.
But they're a great addition. I do think that they give us the space that the parade buildings have in previous years. But the way that they're doing the operations of it with the queue lines and how they're using that space, how they're able to bring people to go all the way back there and all the way back to the park through that location. They have bathrooms back there too. I thought that's a great win as well for people who have to travel out there. It would be nice to see if they could potentially do a food booth out there. I think that'd be interesting if they can actually operate that
they
somehow.
do have a drink cart.
But they do have a drink cart, yes. So I would say that's probably the best logistical thing that has happened in the last 10 years for Halloween Horror Nights. I mean, you can argue, with the additional houses being added and some other stuff, but I think that's one of those where they had to make a big logistic layout change that was very positive.
We also have not done the Stay and Scream without the holding areas. So I don't know if people really liked the way that they
true.
did that. That could be a big that was a change.
Yeah.
I don't know if that was way better or not because we didn't do it last year.
Yeah, JC mentioned the wristbands. Yeah, we personally haven't done that yet, so
Yeah.
I'm not so sure. Anyways, I think earlier in the day I said this was only going to take an hour and a half, didn't I?
You said 45 minutes.
Well,
For this section.
for this section, yeah. How long was this
It's
section?
cool. We
Yeah,
wanted to elaborate on our answers.
yeah.
As long as you guys aren't bored.
Yeah, sorry if I bored you guys with answering some of these questions. I just got into it, I love it. But anyways, 2 hours, 27 minutes currently in the live. It's 10:58. I think we should call it a night. What do you think? Do you think it's a good idea?
So?
The first good idea I've had of the day. But anyways, if you guys are joining us or you're here in this part of the live stream, finished up our Halloween Horror Nights 35 Q&A. We did also talk about the HHN food that was announced earlier today. And we also did talk about the HHNatHome 2026 Fan Awards, which I'll bring back up on the screen in just a second. But this is our second to last live stream for Halloween Horror Nights 2026 before the event kicks off. Next week will be our last live stream before HHN kicks off. We are hosting it next Thursday, the 27th. It'll be our Halloween Horror Nights Eve live. So make sure you guys mark your calendar if you're not doing Premium Scream Night that night, 'cause that is a Premium Scream Night. But night. But we will be hosting our HHN Eve live stream. Really excited. We always love getting into conversations with you guys. We'll talk with you guys, chat, and just build excitement and hype for Halloween Horror Nights 35, which is kicking off next week. And to bring it up one last final time, make sure you guys mark down your calendars for Sunday, November 8th at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. We are hosting the HHN at Home 2026 Fan Awards. Check us out on Instagram where you guys can see this post. It has much more details that we posted there, as well as a application for content creators, whether if you're a content creator that does Halloween Horror Nights, big or small, whatever in between, as well as maybe an artist as well too. We plan to do lots of giveaways, a lot of fun things, depending on how much feedback we get back from the community and the content creators and stuff. It's for the community, by the community. Cool. That's the motto for this. Cool.
Yeah.
So with that being said, shall we bring in... There's the Nico. Shall we bring in the big guy? Ando!
Nico, speak.
No. Oh, big yawn.
Speak. Speak.
Oh.
You okay, buddy?
Gosh.
Can
We have
you
so much
speak?
damage in the hallways because of this guy.
Speak.
Nico, come here. Hey. Nico. Come here. Okay. Tell everybody how you feel. Speak. No. Sit. Speak. Look.
Hondo.
Speak. He's like just waking up. He keeps yawning.
Yeah, he's a little tired.
Hey, what do you guys want me to say? All right, fine. Don't speak. Terrible. All right, Hondo.
Hondo,
Come
you
on,
speak.
Hondo. Yeah. Say what's up, everybody. Hope you guys are ready for my house next year. Wow,
House.
that's crazy. Where are you going?
Trying to find a toy.
Yeah, he's like, look what I got. All right, folks. That's going to be it for us. All 5 of us. The boys, the little one that I slipped up last time, and us too. We're going to call it a night. Thank you guys for joining us along this season and getting to this point. We got one more week left, one more live stream before HHN kicks off. We're excited for it. We hope to see all of you guys there. So until the next time, we look forward to see you guys there. And like always, we'll catch you guys in the fog. Good night, everybody.
Bye.